down. Yeah, how you like me now? You want beef, then have a call. Looks like bling blow, ayy. Going up, going up, going up, going up, yeah. Going up, going up, going up, going up, yeah. Going up, going up, going up, going up, yeah. Going up, going up, going up, going up, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, baseball fans. We're at Camden Yards tonight, Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Rays and the Orioles. Well, Jim McKay could have written the script for the last couple of nights for the Orioles and their closer, Cole Sulser. On Thursday night, it was the agony of defeat. The Orioles took a 6-5 lead into the ninth inning, but it didn't last because Aaron Judge delivered this 3-run homer, and that 6-5 lead turned into an 8-6 Yankee win. But last night, it was the thrill of victory. Cole Sulser back on the mound again. This time he gets him 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts, and the Orioles post a 6-3 win. Sulser gets his second save of the season. Hi, everybody. Scott Garceau and Ben McDonald with you. And Ben, the manager, showed a lot of confidence in Sulser after a tough outing against the Yankees, and he came through.
Yeah, Brandon Hyde said that, he went and told Sulser after the home run that Judge hit when the game was over, hey, if there's a save situation the next night, you're still my guy. I can't tell you what kind of confidence that gives a pitcher to hear the manager say that after giving up a 3-run home run. Sulser hears the phone ring. It's his turn. He gets up, punch out in a weak ground ball, and picks up his second career save last night.
And a bold move for a young manager to send him right back out there, but he showed confidence in his guy.
Brandon Hyde has said from the beginning, this is a tough kid. He loves him. He loves the fact that he throws strikes, and he's a tough kid. He continues to say that, and Brandon Hyde right now is saying Cole Sulser is the closer right now.
Ben, let's talk about the Orioles' attack. They're hitting home runs. They're scoring runs. They're aggressive at the plate.
The 2 through 5 spots in this batting order has been lights out. You can see what they're doing. Leading the major leagues in batting average, slugging percentage, OPS. This team overall, though, has been hitting as well. They're 4th in the league in batting average. And how about this? The most important stat of all, runs scored per game. The Orioles are 3rd in the American League, only behind Houston and Minnesota right now.
There you go. They'll have their work cut out tonight. They're going against one of the nastiest, filthiest pitchers in baseball. It's coming up next, right here on MASN. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Big heart and low fares. Book now at southwest.com. Let's take a look at how the Rays line up tonight. Yandy Diaz leads off. He's at third base. Mike Brasso in the lineup tonight. He's at first base. Yoshi Susutko and left field. Jose Martinez is the DH. Willie Adames at shortstop. Hunter Renfroe in right field. Mike Zunino behind the plate. Manuel Margot in center field as Kiermaier gets the night off, and Joey Wendell is at second base.
They're going to take their swings off the veteran left-hander Wade LeBlanc, 35 years old now. So far this year, 1-0 with a 6.35 ERA. Don't be fooled by that. He really pitched much better. Those 4 earned runs, he gave up 2 of them were left out there, and Miguel Castro gives up a base hit, 2 of them came home. But he really looked pretty good. Didn't walk a batter. He's not going to overpower you with a fastball. You're going to see a mid-upper 80s type fastball, but he's got all the pitches, 2 different breaking balls, and a changeup to go with it.
Been a lot of bullpen work around the major leagues, and the Orioles used a lot of pieces last night. You wonder who's available, who isn't. It'd be nice to see LeBlanc go 5 or 6 at least, right?
Yeah, the last couple times out, Orioles starters have not worked very deep into the ball game. So Wade LeBlanc, the veteran, is going to be counted on here to try to chew up some innings, hopefully. He's getting a team in Tampa Bay, though, that's struggled a little bit offensively to this point. I mean, they're only hitting .215 as a team coming in. That's 13th best out of 15 teams. I know Brandon Hyde is hoping that Wade LeBlanc can keep him that low batting average.
There's Diaz, just 95 on the young season, 2 for 21. Wade LeBlanc ready, and we are underway at Camden Yards, and the first pitch is slapped into center field for a solid base hit.
Well, behind Wade LeBlanc defensively, we'll see Dwight Smith Jr. out in left field. Austin Hayes in center. Anthony Santander over in right field. Turning 2 up the middle. Andrew Velasquez, Hanser Alberto on the corners. Rio Ruiz, who has 3 home runs. That leads the Orioles. Renato Nunez over at first, and Chance Cisco behind home plate.
Mike Brasso steps in for the Rays. G-Man Choi at first base last night. Brasso, the right-hander, against the left-hander. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Yandy Diaz didn't waste any time, did he?
No.
I mean, hunting the first ball.
And you talked about LeBlanc. He's not afraid of contact, right? Use your defense. Keep the ball in play. Don't give up free ones. 80 miles an hour on that swing and a miss.
Well, the book's out on LeBlanc. Look, this is his 15th pro season. This is his 8th big league team that he's been with, 8th different organization, in a 12-year major league career. And the one thing he has always done, he has challenged, he has thrown strikes. He is a strike thrower. Very good strikeout to walk ratio for his career, 3-1.
0-2 pitch, foul back into the screen. Chance Sisco behind the plate tonight, but not exactly a night off, as the DH tonight will be Pedro Severino. And why not, right? He's homered in a couple of straight games. Get that bat in there. Kevin Cash, the Rays manager, looking on. 0-2 to Brasso. Popped up. Hayes awaits in center field, and one down.
That's that really good changeup, and that's what you're going to see a lot from Wade LeBlanc tonight. Throw about 31% changeups, and he loves his cut fastball too. He'll backdoor it to the right-handed hitters. So 60% of his pitches will come on the changeup and the cut fastball.
That brings up Sotutko. Had a double and RBI in the first inning last night. See the numbers on the left-hand hitter. Takes strike one. 3 strikes to the first 3 hitters. Strike ones. The first one Diaz jumped on and lined it into center for a base hit. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. And if you're Wade LeBlanc, he knows what he has. He's not lighting up the gun at 97. You can't afford to be pitching behind too often, right?
Right. I mean, he knows who he is, right? And a lot of young pitchers that come up are trying to feel the way they're trying to figure out who they are. Wade LeBlanc knows who he is. He knows what he does best. Able to make adjustments on the fly. And that's what it's all about. Last year with Seattle, 6 wins, 7 losses, 5.7 ERA. Didn't do too good in his starts, but in the relief appearances, and he had 18 relief appearances, he was pretty good. And now the year before with Seattle, he was a full-time starter. Yeah, I mean, he went 9-5 back in 2018 with a very good 3.7 ERA.
2-1 pitch on the way. That's a strike. 2-2.
That's what he can do too. Pitch behind in the count, meaning he can throw something other than a fastball in the fastball count. That time, 2-1 pitch. Just kind of bends a breaking ball right to the outside part of the plate to even the count.
Token throw over to first. Diaz back. Rays have been held to 8 runs in their last 3 games. All of those losses after scoring 33 runs when they started 4-1. So they scored a bunch of runs early, and you can make so much out of numbers early in the season. A 2-3 game slump will turn everything around. Down in the dirt. Now the count goes full.
Yeah, they got out of the gate quickly. They were leading the AL East, and a really good stop there by Chance Sisco. That's something he's worked extremely hard on. Offense has been the name of his game, but this right here is what's going to keep him in the big league. See him slide over, forward lean with the chest. That keeps the ball in front when it hits the chest protector. But going back to the Rays, you're right. 4-1 start, and they've lost 3 in a row now.
Center field, Hayes heading back. He's there, 2 down.
Here's your PNC inside the numbers. Current AL pitchers, fewest pitches per batter face, and that's why you're going to see Tampa swing a lot early, because Wade LeBlanc, second best in baseball, 3.69 pitches per batter.
So are you telling me with Glass now on the mound on the other side and LeBlanc getting after him and contact, we might get out of here before 3 hours and 36 minutes?
Well, you could.
And a rain delay.
The way the Orioles have been swinging the bats, though, I don't know. But Glasnow's special, and we'll get to him. I mean, he only punched out 9 in 4 innings in his first start of the year against the Braves.
This is Jose Martinez, the DH tonight. 1 for 3 with a homer lifetime against LeBlanc.
The Yankees are in first place in the East. They're 5-1, so they're out of the gate quickly.
Nobody with a better record in the East.
Tampa Bay 4-4. They're in second. The Orioles are sitting in third place right now at 3-3.
Yeah, the Yankees the only team above 500 in the division.
And over in the Central Division, Minnesota, Cleveland, and Detroit all with 5 wins. So all 3 of those teams. Of course, the Astros lead the West at 4-3, but Seattle's 4-4, Oakland's 3-4. So a few teams getting out of the gate quickly, which in a 60-game stretch, that's what we stressed. The teams that get out quickly.
Well, Detroit been another team going through kind of a makeover. They're getting young, but you get off to a good start, who knows what can happen, right?
That's right. And look, they're hitting some home runs. I look at Detroit's numbers. They're leading the American League in home runs.
I saw that.
A little bit of a surprise. I don't know that they have the pitching to stay there, but certainly some young position players. Obviously, they had the #1 overall pick in the country. They picked Spencer Torkelson this past June. Heston Kjerstad for the Orioles with #2 overall.
2-1 to Martinez. Swung on and missed. Count even up.
So 2 different breaking balls by Wade LeBlanc. One's the hard cutter that he'll backdoor a lot. Then he's got this overhand a little bit slower. That's the one that starts on the outside part, and he just bends this one right back. And the 6'6" Jose Martinez couldn't get a piece of that one.
Trying to shake it out after. He sounded like moving around, shaking his shoulders. 2-2, a little defensive swing, but he slaps it into right field. Diaz will stop at second. So some 2-out noise. 12 of their last 13 runs have been scored with 2 outs. So
yeah, this is a really good pitch. We talked about the length of Martinez. He's 6'6", and he just gets those big long arms out there and just punches this one. You can see Hanser Alberto for the Orioles, the second baseman, kind of shaded more up the middle, and this ball just a 3 or 4 hopper that gets through the infield. So the Rays first and second and 2 out. And you're right, the Rays have done the majority of their damage with 2 out this year.
Saw it last night, right? First inning.
Yeah.
2 out, nobody on, and they put a couple of doubles together, scored. Did the same thing in the second inning with 2 out. Willie Adames at the plate. Ray shortstop takes a breaking ball, caught the outside edge. Adames last night doubled, walked, and struck out twice. 2 on, 2 down, just underway at Camden Yards. Game 2 of a 3-game series. We'll wind up the series tomorrow afternoon at 1:05 right here.
Yeah, the Orioles chance to win their 2nd series of the year and only 3 series under their belt.
Against some pretty good baseball teams too, the Red Sox, Yankees, and now the Rays. LeBlanc ahead in the count, 0-2, and steps off. Crowd quiets down as he steps off.
Well, he's keeping an eye on Diaz. Diaz can run a little bit. Don't think he's going to be taken off in this count, but he's making sure.
Cut down on that lead too. Maybe he can prevent a run. What do you got on 1 and 2, Ben?
Well, it's been all soft and all away. LeBlanc may take a chance to come right to the inside corner with his best fastball, but he knows ahead in the count it's either going to be on the black or it's going to be inside. But everything's been away and slow.
There it is.
That is perfect pitch right to the inside part.
Good call, Coach.
Can't do it any better than that. Like Wade LeBlanc paints the inside. Orioles looking for some runs.
Southwest starting lineup. The Orioles will send up Hayes, Alberto, and Santander. Nunez, Smith Jr., and Severino. And then the 7, 8, 9, Ruiz, Cisco, and Velazquez.
This is StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Take a look at the balls that left the ballpark last night. Anthony Santander, Pedro Severino, and Hanser Alberto in the bottom of the 8th inning. There were no cheapies in that bunch.
One of them touched Kevin Kiermaier's glove.
Sure did.
Yep.
And boy, Tyler Glass now is on the mound. You've heard a lot about him. Some people have picked him to win the Cy Young this year. That's what kind of stuff he has. Punched out 9 against the Braves. He is 6'8", 225 pounds, and you're going to see one of the best fastballs in all of baseball tonight.
And the curveball's pretty nasty too, Ben.
It's two swing and miss pitches. He'll kind of mix in a changeup, but only about 5% of the time. So it's going to be a lot of fastballs and a lot of overhand breaking balls, and both of them are way above average pitches.
He is throwing downhill at 6'8" and bringing it.
Now there you are, 99 already. So in his first start, his average fastball was 98 miles an hour. How does that stack up in the big leagues? Only DeGrom over there with the Mets had a higher velocity so far this year as far as average fastball.
Hayes takes a ball, 2 balls and a strike.
And there's a lot going on. When you're 6'8", there's a lot of arms and legs, and you can see right now he just starts in the stretch position, and that's probably why. A lot of pitchers feel like if they can keep it simple and take the extra steps and motion out of it, just go straight from the stretch, even with nobody on, they can repeat it a little bit better.
Hayes fouls it back. Now, I saw a breakdown. His extension, Ben, and you had a pretty good extension too, 7 feet 6 inches worth of extension. So it's not 60 feet 6 inches when he finishes. And it said that led all big leaguers last year. DeGrom is 6 feet 9. Cole 6 feet 3. He's 7 feet 6 inches.
Right.
So he's on top of the hitter.
You know, and when you throw that hard, of course, when you're letting it go that hard and that much closer to home plate, so all of a sudden
reaction time, right?
Well, 98's not playing like a real 98,
no.
An average 98. 98 all of a sudden is probably playing like 100 or 101 every pitch because of the extension and how close he is to home plate when he lets it go.
So he's throwing around 100 miles an hour on his fastball, and he's cheating that 66 by jumping out there.
7th pitch of the at bat coming. Austin Hayes is working him good.
He's had some injury issues, but if he can put a full season together, you're right. He's a Cy Young candidate. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Full count to Austin Hayes.
Last year he missed 4 months with a forearm strain. Started off pretty good.
Got him. Austin Hayes not quite sure.
Well, it seems like Austin Hayes gets picked on more than anybody. We've seen 2 or 3 pitches here the last 3 or 4 days, I guess, that have been very marginal and have not gone his way. This is a fastball, and it just catches the outside part of the plate. That is a strike, and I'm going to tell you, you can't do it any better than that. Nobody's hitting that one at 97. Not in that location.
And Ser Alberto's homered 2 straight games. The Tower of Power, right? 1 for 5 with a run scored against Glasnow.
Here's the defense behind Tyler Glasnow out in left field. Yoshi Tsutsugo, Manuel Margot in center field, Hunter Renfroe over in right field. Your double play combination, Willie Adames and Joey Wendell. On the corner at third, Yandy Diaz, Mike Brasso over at first base, and Mike Zunino back behind the dish again tonight.
And their defense hasn't been up to Rays standards.
No, it hasn't.
They made a bunch of errors.
And it hurt them last night. You know, and of course, the ball Kiermaier, you talked about one of the home runs. Kiermaier, the center fielder, of course, it wasn't called an error, but it's a ball that typically he makes that play almost every time.
Look out, breaking ball inside, and then the G-Man Choi throw to the plate right where they had the runner, and he threw high.
Yeah, I mean, over the last few years when the Rays have been so good, you always think pitching and you think defense with them. Well, their defense right now, dead last in the American League, and that's very unusual for them. Here's Hanser Alberto. Last night, it's a fastball in. He pulled those hands in, and this was actually against the Yankees, and he buried this one. And he hit another home run last night. So it was home runs in back-to-back games for Hanser Alberto. 2nd time in his career he has done that.
The Orioles have this is their 7th game of the year. You've seen Garrett Cole. They've seen Blake Snell. Now they've seen Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Nate Eovaldi's no day at the beach either, right? He can get it up there.
Yeah. And so when you look at the pitchers the Orioles have faced so far this year, the Orioles have the 4th best batting average in the American League against some of the best pitchers in all of baseball. Runs per game, as we mentioned, 3rd.
2-2 to Alberto, and he's got him. 2 straight strikeouts for Tyler Glasnow.
Hanser Alberto's a tough guy to strike out.
Yes.
Only had 2 strikeouts coming into tonight's game in 7 games played. That's just a power fastball right down to the bottom of the zone. He foul tipped it. Nice job by Mike Zunino to hang on to this one. That's just a good old-fashioned four-seam fastball right down below the knees.
So now it's Anthony Santander, the switch hitter from the left side. Last year, Glasnow held left-hand hitters to a 155 batting average. Right-hand hitters hit 212 against him. Nunez on deck. There's the breaking ball.
That's a real breaking ball there. Anthony Santander just kind of says, yeah, good pitch. Glasnow's one of those guys as a hitter, you almost got to sit on one pitch. I mean, you go up there and look for the breaking ball, or you look for the fastball, but it's hard to adjust between the two.
He's thrown close to 100. According to StatCast metric, he had the Major League's best curveball last year. And that takes into account the amount of contact and the quality of contact.
Well, you know, he's got, we talked about two way above average pitches. The fastball, not only is it firm, it's very hard, but it's got a high spin rate, and the breaking ball has a very high spin rate to it as well.
Weak roller to second base. Joey Wendell flips over to first. Orioles gone in order in the first. We head to the second. No score at Camden Yards.
Park at Camden Yards. And last night we informed fans that Robert Manfred had issued a warning to Major League Baseball and said if the number of positive COVID-19 tests cannot go down, we will take a serious look at canceling the season. Now, on the flip side of that, he turned around today and it was a little bit of a change of pace. He instead said, we are playing. The players need to be better, but I am not a quitter in general, and there's no reason to quit now. We have to be fluid with the schedule, but it is manageable, and if he wanted to show signs of good faith, well, you could take that in the fact that he did reschedule the Miami Marlins to come up here and play the Orioles starting on Tuesday, guys.
Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a 4-game series played in 3 days. We don't know which day we'll have the doubleheader, and then we've got an impending storm coming up the coast too that weatherman McDonald is keeping an eye on.
Don't like those things.
Yeah,
those hurricane things. We know all about them. People in Baltimore do too, but down my way on the Gulf Coast, we unfortunately get more than our share of them. Yeah, but I like what Rob Manfred said. You know, he walked it back a little bit today, but he's making a point saying, guys, we all have to be committed to this cause, and if we're not, this season's not going to happen. And that's very true. It's a true statement. And what he means is, you know, everybody needs to be committed to what's going on with baseball. It's got to be, and it's tough to do, but it's got to be, you go to the ballpark, you go to the hotel room, and you stay there. It's boring, yes it is, but in order to get this season in, that's what you're going to have to do.
Ben, it's August 1st. This is all going to be over in late September.
Yeah,
the regular season. So it's not like you got to do this for a year and a half.
Athletes in general
a month and a half,
are normally pretty disciplined with their workouts, and the ones that make it to the levels that, you know, big league level or NFL or NBA, and so they can have discipline for a short 60-game sprint.
Renfroe hits it well to left field, but Smith is right there, one down. Maryland Lottery's contestants of the game, Grafton Apple from Aberdeen and David Tomlin from Baltimore. You've won $500 for being selected, and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Plenty fast play from Maryland Lottery, and enter your tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/homerun. Lottery contestant been cashing out here. Bird's hitting some home runs these last couple of games.
The boomsticks have been out, no doubt about that.
This is Mike Zunino. 0 for 6 lifetime against Wade LeBlanc. Takes a breaking ball. 2-0.
Zunino had a rough year last year for him. Never a big average guy, but only hit 9 home runs, drove in 32.
Bounces it to short. Velazquez has it. 2 down.
And LeBlanc's got the all-speed stuff working. The cut fastball's been good. The changeup is outstanding. He's used just a couple of fastballs, but none bigger than the one to Willie Adames to end the bottom of the first inning so far.
I would think defenders would love playing behind a guy like him, right? You got to be alert. It's going to happen.
He's not going to strike out a bunch. He's going to work fast. You love that. And he's not going to mess around. When he gets ahead, he just tries to finish guys, and that we saw less than 4 pitches per batter. That's a really good number.
Margot takes a breaking ball for a strike at 74 miles an hour. Puts down a bunt. It's a good one, and it rolls foul. Ruiz picks it up.
Take a look at the Rays. They have been really good so far this year. On base percentage by outs. See what they do. 222 with nobody out. 316, but look with 2 out. 406, and that's the reason why they've been able to score some runs this year. This Rays team, the batting average is not great, but I tell you what, runs per game just behind the Orioles in runs per game. A team that walk a lot. We saw it last night. How many 3-2 counts, 7, 8, 9 pitch counts did we see per batter? They fought off a lot of tough pitches, and there had to be at least 10 or 12 pitches last night that were just borderline strikes that the Rays didn't offer at laid off of.
Margot stays alive, fouls it straight back. Walk still ahead on the count. 0-2. Purge with a chance to win the series tonight. Game 3 tomorrow afternoon. Tommy Milone, the scheduled starter for the Orioles. Chirinos, the right-hander, on the hill for the Rays. Smith right there. And it's a nice smooth 1-2-3 inning for Wade LeBlanc. Orioles coming to bat in the second. Still no score.
Surprised and you know, extremely thankful for Baltimore, the organization, and everything they've done, you know, for the last few years for me. Gave me an extended opportunity in the big leagues, and then really gave me another opportunity coming off a down year to you know, kind of get back to the status I was at before. So it's been a really enjoyable ride here with Baltimore, and I'm very thankful for that.
Richard Bleier, class act, loved by his teammates, the media, just a good guy. And he found out in the wee hours of the morning after the game last night that he'd been traded to the Marlins.
Like we all found out.
Yeah. He said he kind of wondered why he wasn't used last night. He got in the clubhouse, and Mike Elias said, "Hey, you wonder why you weren't used tonight?" And
this is
said,
why.
Yeah, because you've been traded. We traded you to the Marlins.
I loved his quote when they asked him about did he ask for a trade. He said, "No, that's not me. I don't ask for a trade." He said LeBron James asked for trades. But like LeBron James, he is bringing his talents to Miami now.
That's true. But he won't have to leave town because the Marlins will be here for this next series. Richard Bleier will be thrown for the visitors.
Yeah. A fan favorite here in Baltimore, and a guy that did so much. I mean, you look at the numbers back in 16, 17, and 18. I mean, he had an ERA each year below 2. That's how good he was.
And he's looked good this year, right?
Looked really good. Yeah. I mean, the changeup is back, the velocity, the breaking ball.
Now he'll help clubs, and the Orioles get a player to be named later, and we suspect that'll be a prospect, right?
Yeah.
As you build up the farm system.
So that's what we learned. So, you know, you can name a player to be named later, because if you get a player back in a trade right now, it has to come from that 60-player pool of the other team. Well, that's not what Mike Elias wanted. He wanted somebody other than that. So you'll name that player later. Then maybe when the season's over, then you can go and get your guy that you want from the minor league system. That's another good. That's what Zunino does. I mean, the batting average isn't good. He can knock it out of the ballpark. He had 20 and 25 home runs the 2 previous years before last year. But defense is his thing. We saw it last night. He's as good as anybody at blocking, and he can throw you out too.
Strike 3 called, and Nunez is gone. 3rd strikeout and 4 hitters for Glasnow.
I'm going to tell you, I don't care who is standing in the batter's box, what big league hitter it is, nobody hits that pitch right there. That ball's about a ½ an inch off the outside corner, and watch the break, the depth on this ball. I mean, almost straight down and just dots an eye on the outside corner. You can't do it any better than that.
So the fastball's up around 100, right? 97 to 100.
Look at that spin rate. 2,900 spin rate on the breaking ball versus the major league average only 2,500. That's how good that breaking ball is.
And the breaking ball's about 83.5 on average. So you're geared up for 97 to 100, snaps the 83.5 and puts it on the black.
Well, it almost reminds you of Nolan Ryan back in the day when he was basically a 2-pitch pitcher, you know, in the early to middle part of his career, and he threw 100 miles an hour and he had a wipeout breaking ball. Now, we didn't know what the analytics of all of that was then. But like I said, you almost have to be committed
either or
with him.
Yeah.
Yes, unless you can figure out a way to pick it up early, which not many guys can, evidently, by the numbers that he puts up. You almost got to say, okay, I'm going to sit on the fastball every pitch, or I'm going to sit on the breaking ball every pitch.
White Smith, chopper down to first. Oh, Brasso sticks with it and flips it to Glasnow for the out. O's fans, it's time for the popular Oriole Park at Camden Yards hot dog race, right? Ketchup, relish, mustard. They're ready to go at it at home plate. Which one comes out on top? Stay tuned. Play along to the full version during the next commercial break. Who do you like tonight, Ben?
I might go mustard tonight.
I went a little, yeah, I had a bratwurst today for lunch.
Did you?
I went mustard, yeah. White Smith, by the way, bounced out there. Limited at bats, but was 4 for 8 against Glasnow. Here's Pedro, hit that go-ahead homer in the Oriole 8th inning against the Yankees, and then went yard against last night.
Yeah, 3-game hitting streak. He's got some pop. We saw that last year. 12 home runs. Actually 13 home runs last year.
3 in 1 game. No Oriole has ever hit 4. 3's pretty good. Randy Milligan, one of your teammates, hit 3 in a game. I remember that one.
That's right.
Ball and a strike, 2 down. 2-1. So in his last start, Ben talked about Glasnow, what, 9 Ks in 4 innings. The Rays finished that game with 19 strikeouts, a club record and 1 short of the major league record. So the bullpen followed him up, and there were Ks all over the scorebook.
Well, this is a pitching staff with the Rays. You go back 2 years ago, they were #1 in the American League in ERA. Last year, #2, so they always sit right towards the top.
Lost him, ball 4. Orioles have their first base runner. So Severino draws a 2-out walk, and that'll send Rio Ruiz to the plate. .300 on the season for Rio. 3 homers, 5 driven in. His first 3 hits of the season were home runs. 3 homers, tied for 4th in the major leagues.
Believe it or not, that's the changeup
Took
at
a little
92.
off. Took a little off at 92.
Took a little off.
Right?
It's 92. You know,
that's crazy.
That's the first one we've seen. In according to what we looked up on Statcast, he only throws it 5% of the time, but that was a really good one.
So
and again, you got to gear up to hit 99.
Yes.
You got to go, go, go. When he takes a little bit off, it makes it difficult. So the difference between fastball and changeup for him, only about 7 miles an hour, but it's enough to get a big league hitter out in front.
He threw 3 changeups in that start against the Braves, but only threw 32 all of last season. But you plant that seed, right? Show it a little bit early. Let hitters know that it's there.
Absolutely.
2 balls and a strike to Rio Ruiz. Severino takes his lead at first. Pretty imposing at 6'8". And then the stride to the plate.
Yeah, there's a lot coming at you for a hitter. I mean, he's a lot of arms, a lot of legs. You're trying to pick up the baseball out of the hand, trying to see the spin of it, whether it's going to be a breaking ball or a fastball.
It's the sign from Zunino. Glasnow with the 2-2. Breaking ball down to the dirt. Now the count's full, and Severino get a little jump down at first base.
Yeah, ball gets in the gap right here, and I think if you're Ruiz, you got to sit on fastball here, and you can't be late. If he spins a breaking ball in there, you just might swing and miss it by 3 feet, and that's okay. But don't get beat by the fastball here. Sit on one and see if you can put a barrel on one.
Runner going way up high for ball 4, so back-to-back walks, and the Orioles have a pair on.
Yeah, so Glasnow just cruising along, picks up the first 2 outs really quickly. Severino worked him for a walk. Ruiz has worked him for a walk. An opportunity for Chance Sisco.
See Zunino giving them, settle it down.
Calm down. Let's start working ahead again. Same thing with Sisco here. You got to think he's going to want to get ahead after walking too. We're probably going to throw the fastball. Don't be late.
0 for 1 on the season for Chance Sisco, but he has walked 3 times. Severino at second, Ruiz at first, 2 down, no score, and the Orioles second. Second game of the 3-game series with the Rays. Breaking ball, and he missed by a foot.
Yeah, all of a sudden Glasnow really struggling with command after being so good.
Yeah, Kyle Snyder coming out.
Well, this is what we talked about last night. So Snyder's just about the same height as Glasnow.
Look him in the eye.
Yeah, so to have a pitching coach, you know, the 6'8", Glasnow 6'8", 6'9".
You don't think there's something in that towel? He just didn't slide him a file, and
he didn't touch the towel. He just kind of put it on his shoulder and just kind of gave it to him. You know, said, "Here, you take it. I'm not going to touch it."
Yeah. Let's check in with Melanie.
Well, Ben, you just mentioned watching Glasnow and seeing him trying to kind of find his composure again. And a reminder, he's still trying to ramp up as well. And the crazy thing about all of it is he's further along than Blake Snell. And of course, we saw Snell last night. But Glasnow was also the first Rays member to come down with a positive COVID test. So he did say he had very mild symptoms. He was open about it. The key was that he stayed active while he was at home with some of the technology that they have, which has enabled him to stretch for longer. But you're going to see some growing pains tonight. Again, he is having to come back from dealing with that.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you talk about Snell and Glasnow, right? I mean, they're just trying to ramp these guys up right now, and the Rays are expected to be in the playoffs. You know, in some capacity, they could win the division. They flip it as a wild card, and 16 teams are getting in now. But the idea is to bring Glasnow and Snell along slowly and have them start to peak right towards the end of the season and get ready for the playoff run.
Oh, the plate eluding him right now. 2 walks and 3-0 to Sisco. He lost him on 4 pitches, and the bases are loaded with 3 straight walks. Glasnow retired the first 5 he faced, 3 of them on strikeouts, and now he's having trouble throwing strikes.
Well, this is a little bit of the knock on Glasnow and what occasionally happens. You know, if you go back and look at his career, he's only got 261 innings coming in, but he's got 126 walks. It's a pretty high number.
Yeah.
But again, when you're 6'8", sometimes it only takes a little bit to get off mechanic-wise over the rubber, and it's a big difference by the time it gets to home plate.
Velasquez checks his swing. The appeal, no strike. So it's another ball. Velasquez, the 9-hitter. 2 for 10 on the season. He's made some nice plays at shortstop. He's also played left field. Down low, 2-0. Wow.
I mean, he's just lost it. Just totally lost it after getting the first 2 outs pretty quick. They're getting on the phone. That bullpen's about to get active.
We're probably worried, too, that pitch count starts ramping up. They're trying to bring him along slowly. 3-0. There's a strike. 2-0. 2-1.
Same thing with Velasquez here. You know what's coming.
2-1. Fouled out of play.
Good swing, but just 98. Let's take a look at Glasnow's delivery towards home plate. It's always in the set position. See, he comes up the balance point right there. Yeah, not too bad. He opens up. You see how that left foot really opens up towards the first base dugout? Sometimes when that foot opens up, it opens up your front shoulder too.
Velasquez hanging, fouls it back. Count stays at 2-2. Well, the good news is the pitch count's up to 45.
Right.
And even if he gets out of this, you're probably going to get at least an inning less of Glasnow than you anticipated. Bases loaded, 2-2 pitch. Look out, breaking ball inside, and now the count's full. So the runners will be going. It'll be his 30th pitch of the inning. Got the first 2 hitters, then walked 3 in a row, and now he's full to Velasquez. Fly ball, hit pretty well. Margot in center field, back on the track right in front of the wall, runs it down. So the Orioles strand 3. Tough inning for Glasnow, but no damage. We're still scoreless. We honor Diamond level member John Haas from Baltimore, a good friend of mine. John's been a Birdland member since 1954. His favorite Birdland memory, one of my favorites too, John, seeing Delman Young clear the bases in the 2014 ALDS series with his sons and grandsons. Learn more about Birdland membership at Orioles.com/membership.
That's a cool
Congrats,
pick right
John
there,
and the family, big Baltimore sports fans. John was involved with professional hockey when we had it in town.
Oh yeah,
good man. Come the Rays, top of the 3rd, no score. Glasnow had a lot of trouble in second, but got out of it. Pretty good at bat from Velasquez. Battled, got the count full, and then hit a ball just about to the wall in center field.
Yeah, we talked about Velasquez last night. He's got, you know, for a small guy, major league standards wide, he got some pop in the bat.
Yeah. Wendell takes inside for a strike. Joey Wendell, Rays broadcasters telling us that he's their best infield defender. Left field. Walt Smith is there. 1 down.
Wade LeBlanc just continues to pound the strike zone, getting early action in the count like he has throughout his career. He continues to use the all-speed stuff. And, you know, the Rays begin to come through the lineup for the 2nd time. You're going to wonder if they're going to make some adjustments, and will LeBlanc begin to throw maybe a few more fastballs.
There's Yandy Diaz. He didn't wait. First pitch of the game. He lined it into center field for a base hit. Jumps on the first pitch again. Velasquez throws it across, 2 down. So Wade LeBlanc has retired 6 straight.
Well, he's got them all working. That overhand breaking ball, the cutter's going, the changeup has been really good. A few fastballs he's thrown them for strikes.
Mike Brasso flied out to center, his only trip. He's at first base tonight, only the 2nd time in his career he's played first base. Breaking ball, strike.
So there's the hard cutter. So the slow breaking ball is 75, 76, and that's the hard cut fastball,
there, yeah.
right? You'll see it right around 84. His best fastball will be 89.
Jam the right-handers with that pitch. Ripped. Oh, he tried to olay it, but that thing had too much heat on it. Velasquez will be dreaming about that one tonight.
This ball, it was hit about as hard as you can hit a baseball. And I love the fact that Andrew Velasquez just held his ground, and he almost made an outstanding play. You see that ball hit in front of him, and boy, it came up quick. Watch this. Really took kind of a funny, it was hooking into his body kind of, and that's what got
him down on the heel of the glove, right?
That ball was kind of hooking the whole time.
It's one thing to see it in slow motion, real time.
Yeah.
That baby's on you.
He had his glove out, expecting it to take a true hop to go straight out towards center field, and that ball just took a quick left on him when it hit.
The official just told us that was a single.
Yeah, we kind of figured that. Yeah.
If it wasn't, man.
Yeah, if you get an error for that one.
About 130 exit velocity on that thing. Sutsutko 0 for 1, hit a fly ball that was caught in center field, swings and misses, 1-1.
about Suzuko last night. Came from Japan. 4 consecutive years over there. He hit 28 or more home runs. And that was a need that the Rays really wanted to address in the offseason. They did it with Hunter Renfroe in a trade last year, too. If you look at the Rays last year, they didn't hit a whole lot of home runs. They were towards the bottom when it came to hitting home runs. Now, they stole some bases and did some other things to create runs. But you go out and you get Hunter Renfroe, who hit 35 last year with the Padres. Bring in Yoshi. How about Yoshi?
Yoshi. Suzuko.
Certainly a home run hitter.
Bounce to second. Alberto there. And a nice smooth inning for Wade LeBlanc. The Orioles in Masson would like to send their deepest condolences to the family of Anna Brashears. It was their love for the Orioles that brought Anna and her fiance Joshua Shoemaker together. Opening days and spring training were among their favorite moments. Tragically, Anna lost her battle with brain cancer last night. Welcome back to Camden Yards. Orioles and the Rays scoreless. Birds coming to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was a long 2nd inning for Tyler Glasnow, but the Orioles unable to score. He got 2 outs, walked 3 straight Orioles. But Glasnow off the mound, fires down to first, and he got him. Close play, but a good job by Glasnow. Big guy came down the hill, fielded it, and then fired the hammer to first.
Yeah, you talk about an athlete now. That's what we heard. An outstanding basketball player in high school. Very talented young man, obviously, but watch him bounce off the mound.
Yeah, I like the approach.
6'8", 225. A really good bunt by Austin Hayes. He's out of the box quick, but 6'8" gets there, grabs it with the bare hand. Watch this. Just kind of bare hands it, picks it up, and just fires it. Really good play too by Brasso at first base to pick it out of the dirt.
Perdo backs out, taking all the way, and it's a ball.
I like the idea too by Austin Hayes. If he gets that ball a little bit further down the line, he gets there easily.
This just bounced to Wendell, the second baseman. 2 down. An Orioles home run means a free Papadilla for you. Use promo code Orioles HR at papajohns.com.
Papadilla, huh?
Papadilla. Pretty good, Ben. Drop one of those on you around the 6th inning. I bet you'd disappear pretty quick.
Yes, I would.
You've been out restaurant shopping, right?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, as everybody knows, I'm staying downtown, and
big swing from Santander, but got under it a little bit. Margot there. So after a long 2nd inning, Glasgow retires the side in 4 pitches. 4th inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the redesigned 2020 RAV4. Ready for any adventure? Go Toyota and let's go places. Zeros on the scoreboard so far at Camden Yards. The Rays 0-3, no errors. The Orioles no runs, no hits, and no errors. Orioles had probably the best chance to score. They loaded them up, and there was a full count to Andrew Velazquez when he hit one out to the center field wall that Margot ran down. Jose Martinez to lead it off for the Rays, and anytime there's a left-hand hitter on the mound, you will likely see this man in the lineup. He's a career 31 hitter against left-hand pitching. That's 4th among active major leaguers. He's 9th in on-base percentage against left-hand pitching, and he's 10th in slugging percentage.
Yeah, when you play the Rays, there's always a lot of moving parts, right?
Yes.
There's not a whole lot of everyday. I mean, other than Willie Adames at shortstop and pretty much Kiermaier in the outfield, that's really the 2 guys that you'll see pretty much every day. Other than that, it's all about matchups. It's a lot of moving pieces and parts along the way. And the Rays have always been one of those organizations kind of out front, kind of in the forefront of a lot of the changes in Major League Baseball, the last few years, especially like with the shift.
Martinez fooled on that pitch, just fouls it off.
They shift as much as anybody, and really one of the first teams to start doing it consistently. The 4-man outfield, the 5-man infield, you'll see them do that occasionally. And of course, the opener, they kind of made the opener popular too the last couple of years.
Yeah, the guys we talked to said Kevin Cash is not afraid to fail by trying something different, right?
And well, that's kind of where we are in baseball these days, right? I mean, the game has really changed in a lot of ways.
and he got a contract extension, so he came after Joe Madden. Tough spot to fill in Tampa. Joe Madden, quite a presence there for a long time.
And there's a good look at Kevin Cash there, now in his 6th season with the Rays. And you're right. I mean, you go back to the last 2 years, it's hard to argue with the success. 90 wins in 18. They did not get in the playoffs just because the Yankees and the Red Sox were so good that year. But last year, 96 wins. They ticked up 6 wins and got into the playoffs for the first time in Kevin Cash's career.
Martinez, right center field. Austin Hayes calls and makes the grab. Hey, O's fans, exclusive game used bats, jerseys, and more are available now until August 5th at the Orioles online auction. Proceeds benefit Thread Inc., a nonprofit helping local youth reach their full potential by committing to ending social isolation and building a more equitable culture in which everyone thrives. Bid now. Learn more at Orioles.com/auctions. Willie Adames at the plate. 1 down, nobody on. In the Rays' 4th inning, no score. Orioles won last night 6-3. Slow breaking ball misses, 1-1. Wrap up the series tomorrow afternoon. 1:05 start.
Yeah, the LeBlanc stuff that he's using tonight a little bit different than what we saw at Fenway the other day. So it's more big breaking balls with that changeup to go with it right there than it was the cut fastball. The cut fastball seemed to be the main pitch against the Red Sox, but tonight I think he feels like the slow breaking ball is the better of the two at this point.
Hasn't walked anybody. He's given up 3 singles, one of those an infield hit.
He didn't walk a batter against the Red Sox in his first start either. But that's what you get with Wade LeBlanc.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
And that's why the Orioles were interested. Too many base on balls followed by 3-run homers, right? Solo homer won't kill you, but you walk a couple in front of that.
That's right. You start beating yourself. And again, if you hadn't watched many broadcasts, that was the big emphasis by Doug Brocail, the pitching coach for the Orioles, and of course Brendan Heide, is we have to challenge guys more as a pitching staff.
2-2, and he gets Adames, pulls the string at 80 miles an hour, 2 down.
Really good changeup. So the big breaking ball and this pitch right here have been the difference maker. Watch this ball fade down and away. So it starts in the zone. Looks like it has the height to be a strike. Willie Adames offers at it, and there it goes. Those last 8 or 10 feet, the bottom just falls out of that one.
Here's Hunter Renfroe, hit one on the nose, but right at the left fielder, Dwight Smith Jr.
Yeah, now careful with this guy. You know, you talked about the home runs he hit last year, but when you compare him to left-handed pitching, he really wears out the left-handers.
33 last year, the most by a Padre since 2009 when Adrian Gonzalez hit 40. So that's why he's in Tampa. Tommy Pham on the other end of that deal, a pretty good player.
He homers roughly about every 13 at bats versus left-handed pitching. That's 3rd best in all of baseball if you go back to guys that have at least 400 plate appearances.
It's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike.
For his career, he is 1 for 7 now off of LeBlanc. Guess what the one hit was? A home run.
Rays have lost 3 straight, 4-5 on the season. The Orioles 500 at 3-3. Oh, way out in front there, 72. The arm isn't electric, but that's pitching. That's pitching, Ben.
And I don't even think he's breaking a sweat. You know, it's just like he's playing catch, but he's doing it pretty doggone good. He's sticking with that big, slow breaking ball. Starts it off the plate away to these right-handed hitters and has it leak back over.
Knowing what you know, he's not going to give in here, right? He'll go after Zunino if
he may go back in with that fastball. I don't know. Let's see.
Got him.
Cut fastball this time.
Locked him up. Locked him up. So a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. Wade LeBlanc cruising.
Interestingly enough, Willie Adames and Manny Margot, who are both out on the field for the Rays, when they restarted the season, they roomed together until their respective families showed up. And he said, you know, I think it just gave us a sense of comfort during this crazy time to at least have somebody who we were familiar with to be close with, but still from a distance when we came home at the end of the day. And for Orioles pitcher Paul Fry, he couldn't agree more. His wife, Paige, and their 10-month-old son, Forrest, are able to be here with him as well. And he said, you know, the best thing about this is that as crazy of a time as it is, I'm so happy knowing my biggest support system is safe and right next to me. And that's why all of us here on the team keep each other accountable, because we know at the end of the day, we're coming home to other people who are also just as susceptible. And we want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody, including outside of our teammates.
Good stuff, Melanie. See if they have an extra bedroom for Ben McDonald. Extra long bed, though.
Or just not one of them boards down there where I can't at least hang my feet or legs off of it anyway.
How does that work when you show up in a normal room at a hotel? This bed doesn't fit a lot of times, right?
No, it doesn't. But like I said, as long as I can hang off of it, I'm good. And that's home for me right now. Yeah, I'm staying downtown, so I'm wandering around looking for places to eat, walking around, and of course none of the restaurants are open where you can dine inside. It's either pick up or you got to eat outside.
And when it's 108 in the shade, sometimes that's not real good.
It's not a whole lot of fun to sweat while you eat.
Oh, there it goes.
Goodness.
I was just going to say, doesn't have a long ball this year. He does now. Nunez jumps on that ball, and the Orioles on top as he hits his first homer of the season.
Come on with it, Nooney. Stretch one out, and boy, did he ever stretch that one out. You talk about get out of here in a hurry. 104 off the bat, 412. The distance it traveled, and it was nearly a line drive. Talk about how an approach when you go to the plate. Go up there and look for a certain pitch, and if you get that pitch, you have a good swing at it. That's the idea, is to try to hit it hard every time you go up there. Renato Nunez.
The man had 31 last year. He was about due and got it off a pretty darn good pitcher in Glasnow. Maryland's lottery contestants of the game, Grafton Apple from Aberdeen and David Tomlin from Baltimore, have won another $500. $500 for being selected and $500 for that home run.
Boy, middle with a fastball, mid-90s fastball. Renato Nunez sitting all over it. He nearly tears one of those chairs in half out there in left center field.
I didn't see the velo on the pitch, Ben. Did you notice?
I think it was 95 on the pitch. Yep.
Yeah. Whatever it was, he squared it up. Dwight Smith Jr. at the plate, bounced out. First base to pitcher, his first at bat. He rips it into right field for a base hit. So with that base hit, Smith now 5 for 10 lifetime against Glasnow.
Well, we keep seeing this over and over again. Again, this is the third youngest position player group in all of baseball what the Orioles have. And I know Don Long has been working hard, the hitting coach with the Orioles, about having an approach when you go to the plate. This one 112 off the plate. But learn every at bat, every pitch, put it in your memory bank, and make adjustments the second and third time through the lineup. Well, here the Orioles come the second time through the lineup, and Renato Nunez clobbers one. Dwight Smith Jr. 112 off the bat on that one.
And then the Glasnow pitch count getting elevated. He had that easy inning last inning with 9 pitches. He's at 58 now. I would think somewhere up around 70 they'd have to start thinking about it.
Well, Snell only went, what, 50 or right around 50 something the other night.
Severino takes a strike, 1-1. So he hadn't given up a hit. He did walk 3 in the second inning and got out of that when Velasquez hit one to the wall in center that Margot ran down. But the no-hitter, the shutout, all that out the door with Nunez's blast. That's a strike, 1-2.
Might be a pretty good pitch for Dwight Smith Jr. to take a chance on here and try to steal second base. If you get that breaking ball and he bounces one, what Severino could see right here.
Oh, he left early. Wow.
Worked out. There's the breaking ball, but
he was dead meat.
He guessed just right and left early. You're right. Because even when you got to get a guy that's 6'8", it takes him a while to uncoil and get the ball to home plate. Dwight Smith Jr. didn't do this on purpose. This was actually a mistake on his part. He thought he had it timed up just right. He was going to leave as soon as Glasnow began the motion towards home plate, but Good thing Glasnow didn't step off, or Dwight Smith Jr. would have been picked off.
Breaking ball, foul back out of play. Watch Dwight Smith here at first base.
Yeah, he's just getting out there and getting his normal lead, but he takes off right there. A little bit too early, but it worked out.
He's in scoring position, nobody out. Orioles with one in the inning. Two-two pitch. Out full. Glasnow struck out three of the first four hitters he faced, and then got into that second inning where he had trouble finding the plate. 3 straight walks. He went full count to Velasquez before he got out of that inning without any damage.
Yeah, you saw the ratio there, 50-50 basically, not good enough.
Hit pretty well to center field. Margot over into the right center field corner. Smith tags at second, and he goes into third. So productive at bat for Pedro Severino. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by PNC, helping to make banking easier. It's not a sacrifice, but you move that runner up from second with less than two outs. You're doing a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, he can score a lot more different ways from third base than he can from second. You get an error, wild pitch, base hit.
Conference on the hill.
This is that conference about 8 now. You got a hot hitter. Guy came in hitting 300 on the year, 3 home runs. That leads the Orioles. Make your pitches here. Of course, I'm not sure Glasnow knows exactly where it's going at this point.
And then you got to trust Zunino, right? If he's snapping that curveball down in the dirt, it doesn't get away, and you get one on a wild pitch.
Sure. And that's why it helps to have a catcher like a Zunino behind the plate, a guy that you're not afraid. When you need to strike out a guy, you're not afraid to bounce a ball in front of home plate, even with a run just 90 feet away, because you know that he's going to block it and keep it in front.
Ruiz takes the first pitch for a ball. Nunez led off the inning with a 412-foot shot. Smith hit a solid single to right field, then stole second, moved up on the fly ball from Severino. This is out of play down the left field line. Pitch count at 66. Ball on the strike. Well ahead in the count, 2-1. Murillo looking for a pitch in the location here, right, Ben?
Well, he got his fastball 1-0 and was a little bit late on it. Fouled it, in the stands down the third base line. Here he is again in a fastball count. And boy, if he gets the fastball here, get the head out, catch it out in front if you can.
Did get the fastball and laces it into center field for an RBI base hit. So Rio Ruiz puts the Orioles up 2-0.
Rio continues to swing a hot bat. Get a base hit, you steal second base. A fly ball gets you over to third base.
It's a pretty good baseball there, Ben, the way they got that run around.
That's exactly right. A 4-seam fastball down the middle. This is a good example to everybody at home, and even you small kids watching. At any level you play at, if you get in predictable counts, meaning if the hitter has a good idea of what pitch is coming, even at 97, 98, this is one of the best fastballs you'll see in all of baseball. Those balls can get hit hard when in predictable counts.
Cisco pops it up left side, out of play.
That ball came off at 102. That's why you got to get ahead. You got to throw strike one. And the hitter not so sure what's coming when the count is even or the pitcher's ahead in the count.
Chance Cisco might lead the league in on-base percentage. He's 0 for 1 for the season, but he's walked 4 times.
Yeah.
So some action in the Rays bullpen. Trevor Richards is up. Pitch count is up. 0-1 to Cisco. Ruiz down at first base. Breaking ball misses, 1-1.
And that's a pitch that was so good. And there's a shot of Richards warming up. The breaking ball was so good early for Glasnow. As of late, he has not been able to land one.
Infield shifted around to the right side. Ruiz runs, and he's in with a stolen base. Got a breaking ball. Zunino looks over to the dugout, disgusted.
Again, a guy that takes a little bit of time. You see that big high leg kick? The guy's 6'8" and he has a leg kick that high. There's no way he can get the ball to home plate in a reasonable amount of time for his catcher to throw somebody out. Orioles taking advantage of that right now. 2 stolen bases. Orioles only had 2 stolen bases on the season coming in.
2-1 to Cisco. That's a ball, 3-1. He said 70s up to 72 pitches. This could be his last hitter if he loses Cisco here at 3-1.
So here's Cisco. He has 3-1 count. This is green light city right here. Get the head out. Don't be late on the fastball.
And he had a good hack at it, but threw it by him at 96. Andrew Velasquez on deck. 1 down, runner out at second base. Orioles lead the Rays 1-0. Bottom half the 4th inning. Orioles trying to make it 2 straight over the Rays, which would have them win the series 2-0.
Yeah. This is the 5th full count for Glasnow. That's one reason why the pitch count is so high.
And he got him up and in. Threw it by him at 96. 2 down.
Yeah, 3-run count. He comes back with his best pitch. 2 4-seam fastballs back to back. This one he just elevates up out of the zone, and Cisco offers at it, but not many guys are going to catch up to that pitch up and in with that kind of velocity.
Velasquez had a good at bat last time. Came up with the bases loaded. Worked the count full, and then drove the ball to the center field wall, but Margot ran it down. Breaking ball gets away, and Ruiz advances to third on the wild pitch.
The Orioles doing a good job taking the extra 90 feet whenever they can. 2 stolen bases in this inning, and Rio moves up an extra 90. And this wild pitch is like breaking ball just down the dirt, and Zunino does all he can do. The ball just gets away just about 8 or 10 feet.
And it plants a little seed in Glasgow's mind, right? If don't want to bounce another one like that, give up a run, and he goes to the cheese at 97. Ball and a strike to Andrew Velasquez. 2 for 10 on the season coming into this game. Ruiz takes his lead off third. Foul back on a play, 1-2. Andrew Velasquez proving to be a valuable piece for Brandon Hyde. Played a good shortstop. They've used him late inning defense in the outfield.
Yeah, he can really run. Like, he can really go.
And he's a switch hitter too. That doesn't hurt. So versatility on defense. Ben mentioned the speed on the bases. Might see him pinch run at times. There are a lot of pieces in a puzzle that make up a major league roster. Breaking ball, and he fooled him for strike 3. So Glasgow may have ended his night with a strikeout. Orioles have the lead 2-0. Renato Nunez with a loud blast. 412 feet worth. Orioles lead it 2-0. In our community with virtual community booth. The organizations we're highlighting this week is Thread Inc., which helps young people facing challenges realize and reach their full potential through membership, academic, and social support. Learn more about the Orioles virtual community booth and Thread Inc. by visiting Orioles.com/community. Mike Zunino to lead it off in the Rays' 5th inning. That's a strike. Count even 1-1. Wade LeBlanc has been terrific. Giving up 3 base hits, all singles. Hasn't walked anybody. And pops up Zunino. Nunez, the only player on that side of the infield, makes the grab, 1 out.
Yeah, LeBlanc's been really good. Used all his pitches. He stayed out of the middle of the plate. The breaking ball for me has been the best pitch for him, the slow breaking ball, although we've seen a strikeout on a fastball, seen a strikeout on that cut fastball, and a changeup. He's really slowed the bats down with that changeup, so he used them all. What's he keep doing? He keeps firing strike 1.
Pitcher's best friend, right? That double play balls.
Yeah, and another thing he did well, he didn't give up a run in the first inning, right? If you go back to the last 3 games, 2 against the Yankees, 1 last night against the Rays, the Orioles have had to come from behind. And that is very difficult to do.
Rays had 2 hits in that first inning. They had 2 on and 2 down, and he struck out Adames to get out of it. And it's pretty much breezed since then. Arnaud down to third. Rio Ruiz up with it. Playing in, 2 down. T-Mobile is your ticket to the game. Now through August 3rd, customers can score free MLB TV at T-Mobile.com/MLB. So 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning, and the number 9 hitter Joey Wendell steps in. 4th inning homer on Monday against the Braves. Last year only 75 games for him on the injured list 3 different times. Had a hamstring injury, and then he had a right wrist fracture. Wade LeBlanc, the veteran, solid on his game so far here tonight.
You know, one player the Rays really mentioned, Austin Meadows, you know, a guy that plays outfield for him, and he is an everyday player for him. He's of course been on the COVID list, and they're expecting him back here in the near future, but he's a big miss for them right now because he makes a difference from an offensive standpoint. He's a very good outfielder as well, and he sits at the top of that lineup and makes a difference towards the top as well.
Went inside and missed to Wendell there. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield shifted around, playing them toward left. Infield pretty straight up with Ruiz in on the grass at third. 2-1 pitch. Slow number, 2-2. Tommy Malone scheduled to start final game of the series tomorrow afternoon, 1:05 here at Camden Yards.
Yeah, and Tommy Malone, very similar pitching to what we just seen tonight from Wade LeBlanc. You know, both left-handed, neither one of them is really going to bump 90, 91 on the radar gun. It's going to be all mid-80s stuff. 2 different breaking balls, a changeup.
That misses, the count goes full. Pitch count at 70.
That was almost a show-me breaking ball. One throw it out of the zone, see if you get a swing and miss, and he probably comes right back with this breaking ball. Let's see what he does. Oh, he comes back with another fastball. So back-to-back 87. And that's what you're going to get from LeBlanc.
7th pitch of this at bat coming up here to Joey Wendell.
Wade LeBlanc from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Went to Barb High School. Went to the University of Alabama from there.
What'd you think of the guys from over in Lake Charles back where you grew up?
That's a good bit west of me, but
okay.
Really good, really good athletes, really good baseball programs at Barb High School is typically the #1 high school in the state of Louisiana when it comes to baseball.
They never beat you, did they?
I never played them.
Okay.
They weren't really good when I was coming out of high school. That was a long time ago.
And you were pretty good too when you were coming out of high school. Not a lot of people beat you. This is Yandy Diaz, top of the order for the Rays. Wendell down at first, 2 down. Orioles with a 2-0 lead. Diaz takes the ball the 3rd time through the order now, right? gets a little tougher. No matter who you are, right? They get
a lot tougher.
Familiar with you.
Well, you saw the Orioles make some adjustments on Glass now. The more they saw him, and of course the Rays are quite capable of making adjustments off of Wade LeBlanc. Yandy Diaz has been very aggressive. He swung at the first pitch each of his first 2 at-bats off of LeBlanc.
Yeah, so he may be changing it up again. We said he had 9 walks, led Major League Baseball in walks, and first pitch of the game, boom, shot into center field. So I guess you can draw walks and still be aggressive, right? They're not.
You hear hitting coaches talk about all the time, patiently aggressive.
Yeah. And slowing down a little now as Diaz steps out. LeBlanc taking his time.
And LeBlanc just a little bit out of rhythm these last 2 hitters.
2-0 pitch. That's a strike.
There's his pitch count, 20 in the first, 13, 10, 16 in the fourth, and 16th here in the fifth. He's looking for one more out.
Flip, soft throw over to first base just to say hello to Joey Wendell.
Well, we saw LeBlanc pick a guy off at Fenway Park the other day. You know, right in the middle part of the game. Really good move he had. That wasn't his good move.
Say Nunez at first. The original lineup today had Chris Davis at first, and he was scratched with what they called knee soreness. That's inside, and now it's 3-1. Action in the Oriole bullpen now. Paul Fry and Evan Phillips, a lefty and a righty, warming up. 3-1 pitch, and he lost him.
Oh, I think he might have called it a strike.
Oh, he did call. Okay.
Right at the bottom of the zone.
Down to first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on back.
Yandy not happy about that call. We're going to look at it. It was a 3-1 breaking ball. Let's see the location of this. Yeah, it looks a little bit low. Yeah, here it is. We'll see. Yeah, maybe a couple of inches low.
Umpires aren't crazy about that, right? When you walk down to first. Comebacker. And that's that. So Wade LeBlanc still scoreless. Orioles coming to bat, middle of the fifth, on top 2-0.
By playing Birdland IQ, this season's all-new trivia game presented by New Era. Play anytime, anywhere, and prove that you're the ultimate O's fan. Download the MLB Ballpark app to play Birdland IQ Orioles Trivia today.
Well, he only went 4 his first time out, but it looks like Tyler Glasnow is going to extend himself a little more in this game. He's back to pitch the 6th inning as the Orioles send up top of the order and Austin Hayes.
Yeah, Glasnow, what is he up to? 79. Yeah, okay. Like Melanie mentioned, I mean, this is a process for him and for Snell, who both got a little bit of late start to the season, a little late start to spring training, just trying to ramp them up.
Austin Hayes laid down a bunt, and Glasnow made a nice play, got off the mound and threw him out on a close play at first base. Struck out in the first, out on the bunt in the third. 3 for 25 on the early season, Austin Hayes. 0-2, bounced to short. Adames right through his wickets. That's an error. And Austin Hayes is aboard.
Well, we mentioned this Rays defense, typically one of the best defenses in all of baseball. It's always top 3 or 4 in the American League, and it has struggled this year. And really, Adames, his second error of this series, ball just never came up. Watch this. He expects it to come up. Watch the glove come up, and the ball right below it. And I'm telling you, again, you youngsters at home, if you're still up watching, 99% of ground balls that are missed by infielders go under the glove. Work from the ground up. Keep that glove down. You can, a lot easier to come up than it is to go down.
Hayes running. Zunino fires to second, and he calls him out. He's out of there. So caught stealing. Mike Zunino, over 30% last year, was third in the American League at cutting down runners, and he just got Austin Hayes.
He got Austin Hayes with a guy that takes a little time to deliver it. I think the Rays knew at that point that was almost like a pitch out. Not quite a pitch out, but a pitch that Zunino can handle really well.
Perfect throw.
Oh, I want to see that in slow motion. Look, the tag was up the arm a little bit. The tag looked like up the arm a little bit, so I'm wondering how close Austin Hayes' hand was to the bag. Maybe we get a look at it right here.
The only thing that, I think he got him. Yeah, because Hayes didn't flinch. He ran right back to the dugout. Sometimes they'll look a little bit, hesitate.
Well, Willie Adames did a nice job of kind of blocking that bag. If you notice where his foot was, he forced Austin Hayes to the inside part of that bag with his hand. He couldn't slide straight into it.
Look at the trades, right? You don't reach out for the baseball, let it travel.
I love the aggressiveness, though. Try to put pressure on the defense. You know, when you're fastest runners, you're up 2-0. Got to get a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
So they're 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Dwight Smith Jr. and Rio Ruiz stole bases in the 4th inning. 2-2 the count to Hanser Alberto, who's homered the past 2 games. Bouncer foul down the 3rd baseline. Kick save for Jose Flores down there. Alberto still above 400, hitting .407 on the season. That misses, count full now.
7th pitch of the at bat coming. Yeah, the Orioles would love to get Jose Iglesias back in this lineup too. Boy, was he hot when he had, he's been sitting out, what, 3 games in a row now because of a quad issue. And all he had done was gone 8 for 16. He's hitting .500 right now.
This is the 6th full count for Tyler Glasnow. That'll run your pitch count up. Popped up. Adames under it. Shortstop makes the catch. 2 down. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Big heart and low fares. Book now at southwest.com.
Looks like that's going to be it for Glasnow. He has reached his pitch limit.
So Glasnow leaves. He won't be able to get the win in this one. He can get the loss. Orioles on top, 2-0.
Now is out after 4 2/3, but he flashed some brilliance at time. First batter of the game, he gets Austin Hayes, and he gets Alberto with a breaking ball. Renato Nunez with a breaking ball. Elevates one to Chance Cisco and just jelly legs Velasquez there at the end. He had 5 strikeouts on the night. There's his numbers: 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. Had a little problem with control right in that middle part of it. 3 walks, but 88 pitches. And this is your Jiffy Lube pitching change. Quick pitching change, just like at Jiffy Lube Multi-Care oil change. Plus get brakes, batteries, and more services in a Jiffy. Trevor Richards is in for Glasnow. You see he's been in 1 game so far this year. 3 innings, 6 hits, struck out 2, didn't walk a batter.
Ben, they may want to look for the changeup. They said he threw his changeup over 38% of the time last year. Anthony Santander. 2 down, nobody on. Orioles up 2-0.
There it is, right out of the chute, 82 miles an hour.
Tyler Glasnow goes 4 2/3 innings. 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Walked 3, struck out 5. Gave up a loud home run to Renato Nunez. Santander fly ball center field. Margot there. And that'll do the Orioles here in the 5th inning. Orioles on top 2-0 as we head to the 6th at Camden Yards. Series. Yanni Chirinos takes the mound against Tommy Malone. Coverage on Masson begins at 12:30 with O's Extra, presented by PNC Bank, followed by game coverage at 1 o'clock We've got all the access you need right here on Massa. Head into the 6th inning. Orioles on top 2-0. Birds got 2 in the 4th. That ball hit well to left field. Dwight Smith back at the wall, and it's out of here. Mike Brasso, who hit that scalding shot at Velazquez's last at bat, takes it out. First homer of the year on the first pitch, and it's a 2-1 game.
Yeah, Brasso's looked the best. You talk about the Rays against LeBlanc tonight. 95 miles an hour off the bat, 372 feet. Almost looked like a changeup, and he doesn't get it right on the barrel. It had a weird sound coming off. No, it's that breaking ball. This one's kind of hanging a little bit more up in the zone.
A little more to the end of the bat.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It didn't sound like he got all of it, but here at Camden Yards, it's 364 out to that power alley. Most other ballparks, that's a fly ball to left field, but not here.
So it should go a ball and a strike. 0 for 2 in the game. Flat out to center field and bounced out to second. Two and 1 the count.
Wade LeBlanc now at 82 pitches. You got to think he's getting real close to the end.
Smith back on this ball as it carries. Now starts in. Ooh, a little shaky out there. He thought it was hit a lot better than it was and had to come charging in.
I didn't think the ball was hit very good.
Yeah,
I saw him
either.
going back, and I was like, well, I misread that one. And all of a sudden, Dwight Smith Jr., because it sounded pretty good looking at Dwight. He takes off towards the wall. He thinks it's deep, but he says, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Had the reversing come in.
Well, the one in front of that got in the seats. Maybe he was a little gun shy, right? And that's going to end Wade LeBlanc's night. A very good effort for him as he leaves here in the 6th inning with his team on top 2-1.
In the third, 4 hits, 1 run, just the solo home run, walk run, punched out 3, threw a lot of strikes, 83 pitches, 52 strikes. Boy, he really had his stuff going. Had a game plan, went out, executed. Through that cut fastball. The breaking ball was a big pitch for him, that overhand breaking ball. Then the changeup got him some outs and a couple of fastball outs as well. So Evan Phillips in to take his place. Evan Phillips has 1 game under his belt this year. Worked just the 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 2. Phillips last year was on the shuttle up and down a good bit. He did get 25 appearances last year for the Orioles in 2019. 28 hits, or 28 innings pitched rather, 32 hits. 40 strikeouts, which you love. 40 strikeouts in 28 inning pitch. But here's the problem with Evan Phillips. 20 walks to go along with those 40 strikeouts in only 28 innings pitched. So it's good stuff. It's a big arm. It's a live fastball, a mid-90s fastball. But sometimes the command is what gets him in trouble.
And he'll face Jose Martinez with 1 down here. Orioles up 2-1 in the top half of the 6th inning. Orioles got both of their runs in the 4th inning. A solo homer from Renato Nunez, his first of the year. And then an RBI from Rio Ruiz on a base hit. So foul ball, 0-2. Phillips ahead in the count.
And Phillips can stay there. Knee high on the outside part of the plate. 96 miles an hour. He's going to have a ton of success.
Well, they got quality from Wade LeBlanc tonight. Quality starts, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, he did it exactly what he needed to do. I mean, it's been 2 or 3 games in a row. The Orioles pitches, the starters have getting knocked out early, so you really started to tax your bullpen in a lot of ways. So they needed the veteran Wade LeBlanc to try to chew some innings up. That's exactly what he did.
Well done. Yep. So Phillips 0-2 to Jose Martinez. Breaking ball, and he got him.
Boy, you love that, huh? 95
yes.
for strike 1, 96 for strike 2, and then how about bend the little breaking ball in here. Oh, Mr. Martinez starts it on the inside part and just wiggles it in there. That's a hard adjustment to make after 2 mid-90 fastballs.
Left it over the plate, but when you're fooled, you're fooled.
That's right.
Yeah. like you said, you throw a couple of heaters
Well,
up there.
again, that is the difference. When you get ahead, you create doubt on what pitch is coming. When you're behind in the count, you're not creating any doubt.
Adames to short. Velazquez backhands it. Fires across, and that's that inning. So Phillips comes in, gets a couple of outs. Our Geico do-ups. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Nunez, Smith, and Severino. Game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboard, standings, and so much more. Download the MLB app today, the #1 app for live baseball. Orioles will send up Nunez, Smith, and Severino here as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. Renato's last at bat was a loud one, 412 feet. Got out of here like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can hit a ball any harder than what he did. Saw him hit 31 of them hard last year. Yeah, 31 home runs, 90 RBIs in a year that really he got consistent big league at bats for the first time.
And you talked about how he's trying to become not only a power hitter but a better hitter, right?
Yeah, he's
more disciplined. Yeah,
there's a lot of emphasis on spring training, wanting to use the whole field to drive balls the opposite way. There's a lot of guys in the big leagues that hit home runs, right? But there's not a whole lot of guys that hit for a higher average and hit home runs. J.D. Martinez always comes to mind because he uses the opposite field as well as anybody. We see him get as many base hits to right and right center field. And Renato Nunez is starting to realize the power that he has. He can hit a home run to right center field just as easy as he can one to left center field. And that's what makes a hitter dangerous. When they start to figure that they can use the whole ballpark and still leave the yard, that's when they become more dangerous.
Now at the home plate umpire, talking to, just kind of turned back. Nunez did after that breaking ball. Call for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trevor Richards throws and now counts full. He likes the changeup. Does he go to it on 3-2?
Well, a lot of times, like we talked about last time, if you throw it on 2-2 and you miss with it, you got a really good feel for it. You'll see a lot of pitchers come right back with the same pitch 3-2 because they got a better feel for it. He did, but he missed again. A really good at bat by Renato Nunez to lay off both of those changeups on a 2-2 and a 3-2 count.
So a leadoff walk gets things started for the Orioles in the 6th inning. Here's Dwight Smith. There's a base hit, scored a run, stole a base. Strike one. Fastball's not overpowering, but when you have a good changeup like he does, Ben, that 92 will play like 96, right?
It's the speed difference in your pitches, you know, and that's why if a guy has a really good changeup and say it's 70 miles an hour, when he throws an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, the difference of 15 miles an hour is huge for a hitter.
Ball and a strike. Nunez down at first base. Orioles trying to tack on a run or two. They're on top 2-0. Some good pitching in this series for the Orioles. Last night Alex Cobb wasn't great, but he kept his team in the game. Only gave up 2 earned runs, and then the bullpen was good.
Yeah, if this Oriole pitching staff can begin to match what this offense is doing, the Orioles can really rack up some wins. I mean, again, we showed you the numbers, what 2 through 5 is doing. Talk about the Orioles when it comes to runs per game. I mean, they're only chasing. They're tied with the Yankees, 3rd best, but they're chasing the Astros and the Twins.
How about the hole on the right side here, Ben? Wendell kind of shading over towards second.
And I'm kind of surprised at that because normally Dwight Smith Jr. is a pull hitter.
And that's where his last base hit was. Yeah, right. He hits it hard to right field, and it falls in. Renfroe tries to smother it, knocks it down and keeps it in front of him, and Nunez gets to third. Nobody down, runners on the corners for the Orioles. Dwight Smith has his second base hit of the game.
Well, there's a lot going on this play. First of all, Renato Nunez reads that ball very well. He thinks it's going to get down from the beginning. He is off and running. And what an outstanding play, too, by the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. Watch him lay out, but keep the ball in front. That ball gets over his head. All of a sudden, Dwight Smith Jr. is on third. Renato Nunez scores, but keeps the double play in order. And that's what the Rays are trying to prevent, is a big inning right now.
Well,
Really,
it's a good play, but maybe it was a play that he shouldn't have gone head first on, right? I mean, I'm not sure he could get there.
Obviously, he thought he could.
Yeah.
That's why he laid out. But once he realized he was laid out and
Right.
couldn't get to it, it was an outstanding play just to keep the ball in front.
You become a goalie at that point, right? Yeah. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, out. Pedro Severino, maybe he can do what he did last night.
Yeah. Well, he got a hold of one last night. I mean, straight away center field. Or right down the left field line. That was the home run against the Yankees.
That's the Yankees, yeah. Low side.
That was an 8th inning, and this one was straight away center field. So in back-to-back games,
That's the one Blake Snell, like, what happened?
Blake Snell can't believe that ball got out. So that's the third time in his career he has had home runs in back-to-back games.
So the Orioles applying some pressure here. Runners on the corners, nobody down.
Yeah, this is the situation the Orioles were not very good in last night and really were fortunate to win the ball game. A runner at third base and less than 2 out. When you don't need a base hit to score a run, the Orioles had 4 opportunities of that last night. They did score 1 because you had an error by G-Man Choi when he threw the ball home yesterday. But
yeah, an unearned run. Yeah.
You get an opportunity at these where all you need is a fly ball to score a run. Or worst case scenario here, you hit, even if you hit into a double play, you still bring a run home.
Strike to Severino. Count even 1-1. Trevor Richards came on for Tyler Glasnow. Went the first 4 2/3. Kind of cruising along until the Orioles got the bats going. Hadn't given up a hit until the 4th inning when Nunez led off with the homer. Orioles had 3 hits in that inning, scored 2 runs. Timeout called. Shift is on for Severino. Wendell, the second baseman, playing to the shortstop side of second. Rosso holding on the runner, so the whole right side is open. And that's where it goes. Base hit into right field. Nice piece of hitting by Pedro Severino. Smith hustles to third, and the Orioles are up 3-0.
Sevy just keeps swinging it. And you're right, there was a big hole in that right side. He got a ball in the outside part of the plate. Just kind of went with it. The hands go first. The barrel follows it and just barrels it up to the right side, exactly where the hole is.
I took a run off the scoreboard for the Rays. It is 3-1. 3-1, but a nice piece of hitting from Pedro Severino, and he's got himself an RBI.
Yeah, Dwight Smith Jr. trades places with Renato Nunez, and he goes first to third.
Here's Ruiz, walked in the second inning, singled, stole a base, and advanced on a wild pitch in the 4th. Orioles with a chance for a big inning here. 1 in. Runners on the corner, nobody down. Couple of left-hand hitters, Ruiz and then Cisco on deck. Ruiz hit well to center field. They should get the run in. The tag, and Dwight Smith will score easily. And the Orioles go up 4-1. RBI for Ruiz, who made contact, drove the ball, and got the run home.
Perfect execution by Ruiz. Looking for a ball elevated, a ball that he can get some air under, get it out of the infield. Ruiz executes perfectly. And there's the job of getting that run home when you don't need a base hit to do it. Orioles up now 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
2 RBI night for Rio Ruiz. Still only one down. Chance Sisco at the plate. Walked in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth. Walked 4 times already this year. Only has 2 at bats. Good change up there, 1-1. Richards ready, delivers. That's a strike. Ball and 2 strikes, 22 pitches so far for Trevor Richards in relief of Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah, Sisco a very patient hitter, you know, but for me, when I watch him hit, I want to see him be more aggressive early.
That's up high. Yeah.
His minor league numbers are outstanding. I mean, you look at his minor league career, he's over a 300 career average at the minor league level, but that has not translated to the big league level. And it almost feels like sometimes he's just not as aggressive as he should be at the plate. But the Orioles like him, and there's some pop in that bat too. He had 8 home runs last year in very limited action.
2-2 pitch. That's hit well to center field. Falls in front of Margot. And Chance Sisco has his first hit of the season.
He's got a beautiful swing. That was a nice piece of hitting right there. Fell behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Worked it back even and got a ball he can handle.
3 hits and a walk in this inning for the Orioles. The only out was an RBI sac fly from Rio Ruiz. A little stirring out in the Rays pen, but nobody up right now.
Yeah, nobody throwing in the Oriole pen. So you got to think Evan Phillips very well might be going back out.
Velazquez swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0 for 2 tonight for Andrew. Hit a fly ball to the center field wall that Margot ran down in the second inning and then struck out looking in the fourth. 2 on, 1 down. Orioles 4, the Rays 1. That's hit well. Margot on his horse. Back, and makes the catch against the wall, about 2 strides short on the warning track. So Velazquez has hit 2 real well hit balls, but he's hit them to the deepest part of the ballpark.
Yeah, I tell you, and a nice play by Manuel Margot. Gets a really good jump on this ball. He can feel the warning track with his feet. Knows he's got a couple of steps before he gets there and quickly gets it in.
Richards isn't fooling a lot of guys this inning.
No, he's not.
Getting some pretty good swings on him. Like to see this guy break through with a hit or 2. Austin Hayes scuffling a little in the early portion of the season.
Not the start he wanted as a young guy and getting everyday playing time for the first time.
Gets past Zunino, and the runners will move up to second and third. So 2 now in scoring position.
I'm not sure what happened here.
I'm not either.
Zunino got crossed up.
Looked like it went through his leg.
Yeah,
right?
this is normally a ball that he has no problem breaking ball. No, he just missed it. That ball had more depth to it, more break to it. He thought he was going to try to. A lot of times catchers will try to hold that glove in that lower part of that strike zone and catch it right in the webbing to get the umpire the impression that ball's in the strike zone, and he just misjudged that breaking ball.
Pass ball there, yeah. His scored a pass ball on Mike Zunino. So a chance here for 2 more. Austin Hayes with runners on second and third. One to Austin Hayes. Foul back into the screen. These are those tack-on situations. Feel good about a 4-1 lead, but man, 6-1.
Yeah. And 2 out hitting with runners in scoring position. That's where you make your money. That's when it matters the most. Can you get those big hits, runners in scoring position, and 2 out?
Infield pulled around to the left side. Hayes inside. That's a ball. 30 pitches now for Trevor Richards. Severino takes his lead at third base. Cisco on at second. Here's the pitch, fly ball right field. Renfroe's there, and that'll do it. But the Orioles add a couple of more. Headed for the seventh. Orioles on top of the Rays 4-1. By W.B. Mason coming up directly after the game. Who but W.B. Mason, your PPE back to work specialist.
Now, is that your full moon? Last night it was close, but it's a little bit more full tonight than it was last night.
That looks like it's pretty full to me.
Yeah.
But who am I?
Maybe one more day, maybe 24 hours.
How about the tides? You got the tides down too?
No, but I know the moon. I know that full moon has a lot to do with the tides.
Yes. All right, we're heading to the Rays' seventh. Orioles lead it 4-1. Orioles 4 runs on 6 hits. The Rays a run on 4 hits. They've committed an error. Infield shifted around against Hunter Renfroe. Lined out to left and was called out looking in the 4th inning. Evan Phillips back for a 2nd inning of work. That one caught the inside portion of the plate. 1-1.
Yeah, Renfroe didn't agree with that. Had a little something to say. And he might have had an argument.
1-1 down in the dirt. First batter so important when you have a lead. If you can get that guy, it just kind of sets the inning up.
Well, Phillips is a younger guy still feeling his way at the big league level, looking for consistent success.
Breaking ball off the end of the bat. Phillips over. Not a spin on that one. He said, I will take that myself. No throw needed. 1 down. Didn't get much lumber on that one, did he, Ben?
No, he spun a breaking ball, a really good one, and I mean, cued that one, did Renfroe, right off the end of the bat.
Mike Zunino's caught both games in this series. I would imagine he'll be on the bench tomorrow. Day game after a night game. Infield stays shifted around to left on the against the pull hitter Zunino. He had that year from hell last year, Ben. You brought up the numbers last night. You know, 160 something. But ranks among the leaders in the league, throwing out base runners. Knows how to navigate a game, work a pitching staff. That's valuable in this league.
Yeah.
You're always going to have a job if you're that guy, right?
Especially when you got a pitching staff like this, you know, and he's got a lot to navigate, a lot of talent, a lot of depth in that bullpen. One of the better staffs in all of baseball.
2 balls, no strikes to Mike Zunino. Zunino missed with the fastball. Manuel Margot on deck. Wade LeBlanc went 5 1/3 innings, only gave up 4 hits, 1 run. The run came on a solo homer from Mike Brasso. That's a strike. 3-1. Evan Phillips ready. 3-1 on the way, and that's a strike. Zunino took a step to first base. Paul Nauert,
yeah, that's back. I mean, there was one breaking ball to Hunter Renfroe that was inside. He called a strike. This fastball, you could see, that's the reason why Zunino questioned the call.
3-2 pitch, rip, but it's foul down the left field line. Good swing there, just a little too quick.
Another 7th pitch at bat, 7th one coming. Yeah, that was a good adjustment. So fastball inside, called a strike. Another fastball right back in the same location. Zunino was ready for this one.
3-2 pitch, one down, nobody on here in the Rays' 7th inning. All back out of play. Zunino hanging tough. Pretty good battle here.
You wonder if Phillips sticks with the breaking ball, or does he come back? You see the grip he's getting in his glove right there. That's his split finger fastball. Paul Fry getting heated up. Paul Fry worked last night.
Breaking ball, and he got him looking. No argument from Zunino this time. Looking for the fastball.
Well, if Evan Phillips can continue to pitch like this, he's going to pitch in some high leverage situations. So back-to-back fastballs, both in the mid-90s, and a really good job by Chance Sisco to stick it right on the inside part of the plate. A really solid breaking ball. Mike Zunino caught looking.
Phillips came in and has retired all 4 batters he's faced. Here's Margot. 0 for 2 in the game. No shift on him. Bounced to the shortstop. No problem. Velasco in the dirt. But a nice scoop. Nunez. Orioles get him in order. It's the home half of the 7th. Stand up and stretch if you'd like.
Inning coming off the bat. Tyler Glasnow had dominated to this point, but not on that pitch. And Nunez squares one up way out towards left center field. This one got out of the park quickly, and Glasnow can't believe it. And that was the first run of the game, the first home run of the year for Renato Nunez.
Orioles in the 7th. Alberto, Santander, and Nunez. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. 0 for 3 tonight. That average is all the way down to 393, Ben. Time to sit him.
He stinks.
He's not hitting 400 anymore. That's a ball, kind of even at 1-1. Takes a strike, 1-2. Orioles got to Richards for 2 runs last inning. 3 hits and a walk did it. Pretty good defense there. Fooled on a pitch out front. Just throw a bat on it, right?
You see him do that, and he gets a lot of base hits like that. It's not always pretty, but the result is a lot of times. Sometimes he's off balance, but that's what you call outstanding hand-eye coordination. Even though the body gets out in front, he finds a way to still find the barrel a lot.
1-2 up the middle and into center field. So Alberto stayed alive with that awkward swing and then gets a pitch and drives it into center for a base hit.
That's what he does, right? I mean, and that's what good hitters do at the big league level. They spoil the tough pitches, find a way to stay alive, find a way to extend the bat. Then you might be able to get a pitch you can handle. That's exactly what happened. Alberto got a more favorable pitch for him and hits it right back up the middle, and a good start for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 7th.
Four straight innings, the Orioles have put the leadoff batter on. Actually, Nunez wasn't on. He went all the way around, but he led off with a homer.
Here's Anthony Santander up against Blake Snell last night, and this is straight away center field. And watch this, right off the glove of Kiermaier. He couldn't keep it, and Blake Snell can't believe it, and neither can Kiermaier. So Santander, 2 home runs this year, both of which were 2-run shots.
Chases a high fastball there, down 0-2 in the count. Quiet bullpen for the Rays and the Orioles right now. 0-2 to Anthony Santander. Back into the screen. Orioles a winner 6-3 last night. Series wraps up tomorrow. Tommy Malone and Chirinos, the scheduled starters. Orioles off on Monday. Originally it looked like the Yankees were coming in, but the Marlins will come in to play 4 in 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. One of those days will be a scheduled 7-inning doubleheader now. Major League doubleheaders this year, 7-inning games.
Let's hope we get to play 4. There's something else coming in too.
Weather
something called Isaac, I think is the name. A hurricane that's going to come up the East Coast. Maybe it's not Icico.
But it starts
whatever
with
it is. We don't want it around here.
No we want no icicles.
We're going to get it.
We don't want any icicles.
There won't be no icicles, but it's going to be a lot of rain. We're going to need a dome or a bubble.
Well, I'm going to lean with you. You've been through a lot of these down on the bayou. I'm hanging out with you if it gets bad.
Well, sometimes you need a
Isaias. Okay. Icicle. Isaias. Icicle.
Same thing. Isica. Isica.
Just about the first letter anyway, right? Yeah.
Does it start with an I? Okay, I got it close.
Isaac, something like that. Alberto down at first, nobody down. 1-2 to Santander. Look at Nunez, how close he is. Leaning in on the on-deck circle, right? I don't know if pitchers like that. Gets him off speed, swing and a miss. Santander down on strikes.
We'd like that really good changeup, which is the best pitch for Trevor Richards. Yep, there it is. Circle change. See how he turned that thing over? He really turned his wrist and kind of put it almost like a screwball as it runs down and away.
Speaking of screwballs, did you ever toy with that? Or I mean, Fernando Valenzuela, that was his pitch, and back in the day, Warren Spahn.
I tried to, but I had zero control over it. And there wasn't a whole lot of guys even throwing it. I mean, the circle change, screwball, it's almost the same pitch, same philosophy, really, of turning it over and trying to run it down and away. And there wasn't really a guy. I remember Doug Jones with the Orioles, a slow throwing reliever, had a really good changeup, and his was a circle change. But there was just a few guys back at that time really using that pitch.
Nunez skies it mile high on the infield. Adames waits and makes the grab. 2 down.
And that's like we talked the other day, the evolution of the changeup. The changeup, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s was a pitch that was really made to be hit. Like you wanted the batter to hit it, but not on the barrel, right? Catch it off the end of the bat and get you a weak fly ball or
pull the timing a little.
Now everything's gone to swing and miss, and with the evolution of this changeup, now a lot of guys are using the changeup as the strikeout pitch now.
Sean Armstrong, you saw him warming up. Went 2/3 of an inning last night. Here's Dwight Smith Jr. Nice night for him. Scored a couple of runs, 2 base hits, stolen base. Orioles 7th inning. They lead the Rays 4-1. Chance to win the series if they can win this game tonight. Have a chance to maybe go for a sweep tomorrow if they can get this one. 1:05 game time tomorrow. Hope you can join us. That's outside for a ball. Mask on for Dwight Smith Jr. There's the changeup again. Got him out front. Trevor Richards looks in at Mike Zunino for the sign. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Thought maybe they'd try to run on him. Orioles have stole 2 bases in this game, and then Zunino cut down Austin Hayes on a steal attempt in the 5th inning.
See Alberto over there. 9-foot lead, not much of a lead.
Comes the 2-1. Popped up, back out of play. We got two guys here, Ben, in Richards and Phillips, that are giving them a little rope, right? Not just come in, get them out for an inning, and we'll pass the baton, but both guys a little extended run. Alberto back in head first. Mike Brasso over there at first base, only his second major league start at that position. Two-two pitch with two down. Alberto down at first base, and a strikeout to end the inning. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Trevor Richards. Rays coming to bat. Orioles on top 4-1.
The discussion today has been about that midnight trade of Richard Bleier going to the Miami Marlins, and the precarious thing about it, especially when you look at everything that's gone on with Miami this week, again, it comes back to where all of these players are going. They've made over 12 transactions since their COVID cases started breaking out, and a majority of those are with pitchers. Now, one in particular was an acquisition off of waivers from Toronto, and it was before the series against Baltimore got canceled, so he actually ended up spending a day in the city here before they had to reroute and figure out that they had to bring him into the alternate site in Florida where he could safely join the team from that point. And they figured out when exactly they would be allowed to play again. Now, again, the good news for Bleier, it seems like he'll be able to join the team directly as they come to the close of their case.
Joey Wendell, ground ball into right field. A base hit to lead off the Rays' 8th inning.
Yeah, just a bouncing ball right in the hole between first and second base, and a good start for the Rays. Might be it for Evan Phillips. See Brandon Hyde bouncing out of the dugout.
Good job for Phillips. Came in and got 2 outs in the 6th. Got him in order in the 7th. Gives up a base hit here, so that'll end his night. Brandon Hyde goes to the bullpen. Orioles on top of the Rays 4-1.
Evan Phillips worked 1 2/3, giving the 1 hit, so he's responsible for the runner on first base. See Sean Armstrong this season, 2 appearances, does not have an ERA. He's been really good, 2 2/3, only 1 hit, 3 punch outs, not a walk. We saw him against the Yankees. He had 2 perfect innings, and he came in last night and worked 2/3 of an inning, only allowed the 1 hit.
Top of the order for the Rays. Yandy Diaz. First pitch of the game. Hit a solid single into center field, and then he's bounced out twice since. 1 for 3. Armstrong starts him out with a strike. Double barrel action in the Oriole bullpen. Tanner Scott, the left-hander, and Miguel Castro, the right-hander. Plate umpire Paul Nauert, strap problem on the mask, and away we go. Well, let's see if Sean Armstrong can induce a ground ball at somebody here. Alberto swinging a miss. Alberto playing up the middle, but to the first base side of second.
Armstrong's got a mid-90s fastball. We saw it last night, but he's got a good breaking ball. That's back-to-back breaking balls, and there's your double barrel action. That's some high octane action right there. Both of those guys can push it up to triple digits from time to time.
0-2, fouled out of play. 92 got a little more plate than he probably wanted to there, Ben.
No doubt. 2 really good breaking balls to get ahead, and a little bit of a mistake right there that he gets away with. I think he's going to go right back to that breaking ball again. Not for a strike. I think ideally maybe just off the outside corner, or maybe down, bounce it.
Tapper back to the mound. Armstrong to second, and he threw it into center field. No advance by the runner. You'd like to get one there. Yeah, it'd be nice to get the lead runner.
Boy, that hurts.
That's an E1, yeah.
That hurts. Surely would have got the force out. It could have been a double play. Just a bouncing ball and a slider right back to him. Does everything right. Sets the feet and throws it, but just throws it towards the shortstop side of the bag. And I'm going to tell you, I got here a little bit early today. You know what the pitchers were doing? Pitchers fielding practice, and they did a lot of ground balls, starting to double play. Everybody was out there. And sometimes even when you practice it, and sometimes even when you work hard at it, it doesn't go right.
Ji-Man Choi pinch hitting for the Rays. 2 on, nobody down. He's the tying run at the plate. Orioles lead at 4-1. Wendell started the inning with a ground ball base hit into right field. And now Diaz on the comebacker reaches on the error by Sean Armstrong.
Looks like Jose Alvarado getting heated up for the Rays.
Here's the 0-1 from Armstrong to Ji-Man Choi, the pinch hitter. 1-1. Offensive change for the Orioles this inning. Cedric Mullins in left field for Smith. Get that speed out there. One to G-Man. That misses. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Ji-Man Choi, experimental switch hitter. A 410-foot homer from the right side.
Yeah.
They appealed down to third base. Ryan Addington said no swing.
Well, he turned the corner last year, did G-Man, when it comes to the power numbers. His first 3 years in the big leagues, he only had 18 home runs. Last year, he hit 19 alone. This is a very dangerous situation here. 3-1 count, nobody out. Runners on first and second.
They're in the heart of the order now, too, Ben. This is the 2 spot. Out of play, count goes full.
You could see that spray chart just a second ago. G-Man uses the whole field, and that's why you see this Oriole defense not really shaded over one side or the other. Pretty much straight up.
Tsutsugo on deck. It's getting a little sticky for the Birds. They're on top 4-1, but 2 on, nobody down, full count to Choi. Armstrong got it. Wow. Threw it by him at 92.
That is giant right there for Sean Armstrong and the Orioles. Down 3-1. Fastball 3-2 on a foul ball. Then you come back with this 3-2 fastball again. Just gets it right bound. G-Man just perfectly placed on the outside part of the plate. Just off the left knee of Chance Cisco. And now the Orioles with a chance to turn a ground ball double play and get out of this inning.
Tsutsugo 0 for 3. Take strike 1. Wendell on second. Diaz down at first, 1 down. 0-1 to Tsutsugo. A ball, 1-1.
There it is. Last 4 seasons in Japan. Averaged 35 home runs a year.
That'll make you be careful. Swung on and missed. Came out of his shoes on that one.
He certainly did. That's a good breaking ball. Sean Armstrong showing you a really good slider so far tonight. Now he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, so he's got some options. Go right back to the breaking ball down, elevate a fastball out of the zone. See Chance Cisco tapping the bottom
was up high.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-2.
And I don't know if he's doing that because of the runner out at second base too. So there might have been a little bit of trickery going on by Chance
start
Cisco.
playing some games.
Yeah, because Joey Wendell's out at second base, and a lot of times those base runners out at second base, they'll try to tip location or maybe even pitch to the hitter. So Chance Cisco might have been getting ahead of Joey Wendell a little bit.
Here's the 2-2. That's wide, and now he's gone full to Satsugo. Was full to Choi and struck him out. He got ahead early against Satsugo. Now it's full. Foul out of play.
Another 7th pitch coming. We've got a lot of those 7 pitch at bats, 8 pitch at bats. Really good breaking ball again on a 3-2 count. So that's 2 breaking balls in a row.
Yankees winning again tonight. They're at home against the Red Sox. 5-2 Yankees in the 9th inning. Here comes the full count pitch. He lost him. So Satsugo works back down in the count, draws a walk, and the bases are loaded. Tying runs on base. Orioles on top 4-1. Things getting dicey here in the Rays 8th inning.
Got tying run at first base now. Go ahead run in the box in the way of Jose Martinez.
1 for 3 for him tonight. Base hit to right in the 1st inning. Center field. Dropping fast. Austin Hayes won't get there. Got a force out at second base, but they can't get it there in time. A run scores, and now it's a 4-2 game. Tough break there. Made a good pitch, Ben. Just got enough of it to flare it into short center field.
Really tough break. This is a good breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Austin Hayes just for a second out in the center field. Pause. That's one of those ones you get that full swing. The ball has a good trajectory to it. Looks like it's going to be deeper. And when he paused just a little bit, that ball fell in front of him. Brandon Hyde is out and Sean Armstrong is gone.
So back to the bullpen for the Birds. They're trying to protect a 4-2 lead.
Is in, bases loaded and only 1 out. He's been in 3 games this year. He has been solid. Doesn't have an ERA. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Has not walked a batter. He is looking for that strikeout. Bases loaded, just 1 out. He'd love to have a strikeout, but you got to get the 2 strikes first.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But he'll take a ground ball double play too. Either one works in this situation.
Kevin Cash going to his bench with Castro in. He'll bring in Brandon Lau to pinch hit. Former Maryland Terrapin. Lau homered last night. His first of the year. Bases loaded, 1 down. Castro deals, and a swing and a miss on a 93-mile-an-hour pitch.
That'd be Castro's changeup.
Yeah,
it is. It really is. I mean, that's his changeup, and he's got a good one.
You're looking for 98, and he gets 93 up there, right?
And it was perfectly placed on the outside part.
You know, the days of adding, subtracting have changed, right? I mean, you had pitchers before that would just take a little off, add a little, right?
That's another thing that's changed about the changeup pitch. It used to be the perfect, 10, 12 miles an hour off your fastball. Now you see a lot of guys like Castro. So the fastball, that next pitch was 99. Changeup right at 92, 93. So only 5 or 6 miles an hour difference there.
0-2 wide. 1-2. You got a strikeout pitcher hunting a strikeout here.
Well, in these situations, you never think about strikeout, right? You got to get those 2 strikes like we talked about. So he was trying to stay down with the first 2. If he got that ground ball, perfect. But now that he is in that strikeout situation, he wants one.
Hit hard to second. Alberto, the second for one, back to first, safe, and a run scores. Bang bang play at first base.
Well, that's as good as you can do if you're the Orioles. Hanser Alberto with an outstanding play.
Let's take a look how close it was at first base.
Watch this. Has to go to the forehand side, scoops it off the ground quickly, gives a nice throw to Velasquez, who gets it and fires it to first base. But yeah.
It was bang bang, but he was there.
Castro thought he had it. Here it is. Yep, he's there.
Yeah, he beat it. So Lott gets credit for an RBI on the fielder's choice. It's a one-run game, 4-3. Runners on the corners now. 2 down.
Oh, and how big is the era now by Sean Armstrong?
And this is Kevin Kiermaier, another pinch hitter. Kevin Cash emptying the bench. He's hitting for Renfroe. Orioles trying to protect a 1-run lead now. Nick Anderson, who's just lights out, call him closer, high leverage guy, but he's their guy. Ripped into right field, and we're tied. So the pinch hitter Kevin Kiermaier comes through, ropes one into right, and the Rays with a 3-run inning come back to tie this one at 4.
Yeah, Kevin Cash pushing all the right buttons. Lau comes in, picks up an RBI on the fielder's choice. Kiermaier pinch hits. He drives in the tying run. Another changeup on the outside part of the plate again. Kiermaier just goes out and hooks this one right past Hanser Alberto, and that ties the ball game.
Brasso, Martinez, Kiermaier all have delivered RBIs. The Rays, who've got them loaded now with 2 down. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Mike Zunino 0 for 3. Right field, fairly deep. Santander is there to make the catch. So the Orioles got to go get some. This one's tied now, 4-4 as we head to the Oriole 8th. Is presented by authority. The Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. We're tied at 4. Orioles had a 4-1 lead. The Rays rallied for 3 in the 8th, and now they bring on the man who can bring it.
Yeah, Nick Anderson, you see this year, he's been in 2 games. He's 1-0, 1 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Has not walked a batter. Last year, 5-4 with a 3.32 ERA with Miami and Tampa Bay. 30 years old, from Crosby, Minnesota. You're right, it's another big arm.
Ben, he had 110 strikeouts last year, 3rd most in the majors as a reliever. Only Josh Hader and Liam Hendricks had more. 15.23 strikeouts per 9 innings. So that tells you he's missing a lot of bats, right?
And a wipeout breaking ball to go with it.
At 15.23 per 9 was the 3rd highest mark in Major League history by a qualifying rookie reliever. Orioles will send up Pedro Severino, Rio Ruiz, and Chan Cisco. Game even at 4, and it's back to battle of the bullpens. Pedro takes a strike at 95. Severino with a walk and a base hit tonight, 1 for 2. Drove in a run. Severino the DH tonight. More 95 action there.
Yeah, he elevated that
yeah.
one, so he gets it up. And that's on purpose. You get strike one kind of down the middle, and you get to expand the strike zone. That's what Anderson did. Gives him a fastball just at the top part of the strike zone.
Infield shifted around to the left side. Popped up short right field. Margot's there to make the grab. Margot moved from center field to right field, and Kevin Kiermaier, who pinch hit, is back out in center field. And Lau stayed in the game after he pinch hit. He's at second base. Choi, who also pinch hit, stays in at first base. And Rio Ruiz takes strike one. A couple of RBIs in the game for Rio tonight. Walked in the first. Had a base hit, stole a base in the 4th inning. And then drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. One strike pitch hit well. Deep center field. Kiermaier back at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Oh. Rio thought he had number 4 on the year, but just missed that one.
Orioles hitting a lot of deep fly balls straightaway center field, right? We saw earlier Velazquez hit 2 out to the track in center.
That's the deepest part out there and just towards the bullpens where it gets to be 410.
Nothing wrong with that swing. It's Chance Sisco. Got his first hit of the year. Also has a walk in the game, 1 for 2. Off speed that time at 83. Swung on and missed, 1-1.
That's what you get from Nick Anderson. It's a mid-90s fastball. It averaged 96 miles per hour on that fastball last year. I did it again this year in a really good breaking ball. So about 10 miles an hour difference. Breaking balls at 85, fastballs 95, 96.
1-1. Got it by him at 85.
Two-pitch mix. That's all he's got is 2 pitches. But when you got 2 above-average pitches like Anderson has, that's all you need as a reliever.
Sisco trying to get alive here, get on base, but won't do it. Anderson throws it by him, and quick work for Nick Anderson. Orioles go down 1-2-3. We're headed to the 9th, tied at 4. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Big Heart, and low fares. Book now at southwest.com. Headed to the 9th inning. Orioles had a 4-1 lead, but the Rays rallied and got 3 in the 8th to tie it up. We might get to see our first, perhaps, Ben, runner on second, nobody out situation here.
Yeah.
Nobody scores in this inning.
Yeah, that's how they do extra innings now. If you hadn't been following it, that's one of the new rules. Only for this year is what they're saying. If you go extra innings into the 10th inning, the last out, my understanding, will be at second base. And you just begin the inning with a runner at second, nobody out.
Margot, the hitter, that's a ball, 1-1. Margot, Wendell, and then top of the order, Yandy Diaz as Castillo warms up out in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Tanner Scott, who was up earlier, and that hit him. No, didn't hit him. Just missed.
Scared him.
Yeah. Castro would scare me, whether it hit me, miss me.
Yeah,
he can get it up there pretty good. Yeah.
He's got it too. 6'7". A fastball that can touch triple digits. Did he get him or not?
Sailing in. No, just off the mitt.
Looks like Kevin Cash wants to take a look at it.
Yeah, we're going to review it. Not a lot to lose here, right? Take a look if you're the Rays.
Yeah. I didn't see Margot complain a whole lot about it, unless I missed it.
Here's a slow-mo look.
See if it catches him on the hip. From that angle, you can't see it. I mean, I can't. Now, maybe for this one.
Ball looked like it might have changed direction a little bit, but I didn't see anything move on the pant leg or anything, right?
Normally when a ball gets nipped or hit on the leg, you normally see the jersey or the pants move a little bit. I didn't see the pants move at all. Here's an overhead view, and I'm looking for that.
Yeah, that
little wrinkle in the pants or something.
Didn't look like it hit him there.
I can't see anything.
I haven't seen anything to change it. Of course, my name isn't Kevin Cash, right?
There you go. You're not a hit batter.
No. So count stays 2 balls, 1 strike. Margot 0 for 3 in the game. Oh, 98. Just missed. 3-1. Austin Hayes. All the outfielders deep. Almost looks like a no doubles defense. Down to Rio Ruiz. 1 down.
Nice play by Ruiz there. High chopper, come get it. Don't let it bounce again. Margot runs really well. There's no hesitation here. Watch him. First move. When he sees that high hop, he's not hesitating. He's coming to get it, and he catches it before it bounces again. Keeps his momentum going towards first base. Strong throw across the diamond.
Here's Joey Wendell. 1 for 2, not for him. Walked. Base hit and scored a run in that 8th inning rally for the Rays.
Yeah, he's the one that got started.
Yep.
He led off the inning.
Ground ball into right field.
Out of that 9-hole with a base hit. And Sean Armstrong with a comebacker, which is what led to that crooked number. Sean Armstrong completes that throw to second base. At least there's a force out there and an out and potentially a double play. But instead, the throw's a little bit wide, and it ends up leading to a big inning.
Who knows how it plays out, but he struck out the next hitter. That was Choi, the pinch hitter. Would have been 2 out, one on, maybe a little different outlook. Big swing, but no contact from Wendell. And Castro on top 0-2 in the count. Oh, 2, 1 down, nobody on. We're in the 9th, tied at 4. Orioles won last night, first game of the series, 6-3.
Yeah, 3 home runs for the Orioles in that game.
Which took the lead 2-0 in the 4th inning. Rays got 1 in the 6th to make it 2-1. Orioles got 2 more in the bottom of the 6th. Went up 4-1, stayed that way until the Rays' 8th inning when they scored 3 to tie it. A Ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Castro looking into Chance Sisco's caught tonight. Nasty breaking ball there. Hard slider.
Yeah, Castro can sweep it from one side of the batter's box all the way across the other because of that low arm slot that he has. What you'd call a low 3/4 arm slot. You can see that Oriole infield pulled over in the pull position. He's playing pretty much straight up shortstop. Everybody else shaded on that right side.
Here comes the 1-2. Down he goes, 2 down. Castro throws it by Joey Wendell.
Yeah, he slowed the bat down with that sweeping breaking ball. And watch this. This is at high octane, 99 miles an hour. And look again at the location, just perfect on the outside corner, exactly where Chance Sisco is set up. And a nice pick by him as that ball was foul tipped into his glove.
Here's Yandy Diaz. Breaking ball for a strike. Pretty good location for Castro.
Yeah, if he can stay there with that breaking ball on the corners with that fastball and elevate it when he wants to.
Bouncer foul and Castro ahead 0-2. Thinking about the Oriole 9th inning. Schedule hitter, leadoff hitter is Velazquez, the 9 hitter, and then Hayes and Alberto behind him. 0-2, 2 down. That's a ball.
You know, the good news, looks like Nick Anderson is out. He's not going to come back in the way the action is in that bullpen for Tampa, which is good news.
That is good news. Yeah, because he's
bad news. Tampa Bay's got a
they got a bunch of good arms.
They got a bullpen full of good arms.
Down in the dirt, count evens up 2-2. Tommy Malone for the Orioles tomorrow. Chirinos, the scheduled starter for the Rays. Game time at 1:05.
Yeah, but a long time in between starts for Tommy Malone, hadn't it?
Yes, it has. And there's a little looper into right field, so the inning stays alive. Diaz with his 2nd hit of the game. Now Brandon Hyde's going to come out with Choi, the scheduled hitter. Could be Tanner Scott time.
The question is, does Choi turn around now and bat from the right side?
Yeah.
We're going to find out.
All right, Orioles make a pitching change. 2 out in the 9th. We're still tied at 4.
Miguel Castro, see what he's done this year. 2 innings pitched, 1 1/3, or two appearances, 1 1/3, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and boy was he impressive last night for the Orioles. He came in, faced 2 batters, punched them both out. You know about Tanner Scott. It is a big arm, especially from the left side. Fastball is going to be anywhere from 96 to 100, and he had a really solid breaking ball going last night as well.
So which side of the plate is G-Man Choi?
Looks like he's walking up. Wait a minute.
I thought he was
going to the right side.
Right-handed.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, for the first time in his big league career, right? Not just a few games ago, he turned around and batted right-handed. He's always hit left-handed in the big leagues. And he hit a home run, a long home run, batting right-handed. Now, he did a little bit in the minor leagues. He would switch hit a little bit. But that was his first ever big league bat from the right side.
Foul ball, strike 1.
You said it yesterday, Scott. If you talk to Kevin Cash, they'll tell you he's got a little bit more bat speed from the right side versus the left side.
A little more bat speed, and he always likes to warm up before games by hitting from the right side. He said just makes them feel better, loosens them up.
They asked Kevin Cash, you know, they pretty much just let G-Man decide if he's going to, you know, bat lefty on lefty or if he wants to switch over and bat from the right side. It's whatever he's feeling.
2nd at bat, hitting from the right side, hit that home run on Sunday against Toronto. Now Tanner Scott jumps ahead on the count, 0-2. He logged 861 plate appearances as a left-handed hitter before his first plate appearance from the right side. Third most of any player since stats started tracking that in 1974.
What do you do? Just get bored one day? And say, you know what? I think I'm
Javi
just going to
Baez
start
did
batting. I'm going to start batting right-handed against the left-handers.
Tanner Scott 0-2 pitch in the dirt.
I got to believe that breaking ball's coming. Because Choi got out in front. A couple of numbers up the third base line. He's out in front of that hard fastball right now. Tanner Scott can start that breaking ball in the zone, make it look like a strike, and then bounce it just past home plate. He may get the strikeout right here.
1-2 pitch. There it is. Breaking ball, strike 3. So Tanner Scott sets him down. Orioles need a run to get a win as we head to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 4. All right, bring in another big arm out of that Rays bullpen, Ben.
Yeah, Castillo worked last night. You see what he's done on the year so far. He's pitched in 2 games. He's 1-0. Does not have an ERA, 1 1/3. Has not even allowed a hit yet. 2 strikeouts and no walks. And last night he just worked a third of an inning. Well, it's a big game. I mean, I know it's early in the year, but we talked about getting off to good starts. The Yankees still leading Boston. The Yankees win and go 6-1, and the Orioles find a way to beat Tampa, and they go 4-5. All of a sudden, start to get some separation.
Gap,
yeah.
Remember, these aren't just one game, right? When you're playing a 60-game season, they're worth about 2.7 games every game you play. So DJ Stewart is going to pinch hit for Andrew Velazquez in the 9-hole.
I'd like to see DJ get his first hit of the year. One of those hits that kind of leave the ballpark. Seeing 10 at bats. He's yet to log a hit. He's stung the ball hard a few times. Nothing to show for it yet.
So now it'll be Stewart, Hayes, and Alberto. 9-1-2 against Diego Castillo. Rays got 3 in the 8th inning to tie it at 4. And the Orioles with a chance to put them away and win this series. Orioles won last night 6-3. Wind up the series tomorrow. Off day on Monday. And then the Marlins are scheduled to come in here and play 4 games against the Orioles Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Haven't designated which day would be the doubleheader, and Ben's been talking about the storm tracking up the East Coast, so could be a challenging
Isaias. I think it's Isaias, something like that.
Okay, you're getting better at that. Yeah,
but she's coming.
She's coming, and she means business. I heard 4 to 6 inches of rain in the area. Stewart takes the first pitch for a strike. Castillo with that just from the belt delivery. Ahead 0-2.
Like a lot of these Rays pitchers, and there's Oliver Drake getting heated up. A lot of these Rays pitchers, just 2 pitches for most of them, but both of them big fastballs and really good breaking balls.
Oliver Drake, former Naval Academy pitcher, spent some time here with the Orioles. Castillo, he's closed for the Rays in the past. Right here is trying to keep him alive. 1-2 to DJ Stewart. Got him swinging.
You get ahead and you expand the zone, and watch this slider. It starts right on the inside third of the plate. DJ Stewart thinks it's a fastball, and the bottom just falls right out of it. Just perfectly placed.
Austin Hayes, it's been a scuffle for him in the early going. 0 for 4 tonight. Dropped down a bunt, looked like he had a hit there, but Tyler Glasnow made a nice play off the mound to get him by a step. Reached on an error, stole a base. It was caught stealing in the 5th inning. Old strike 1, pitcher's best friend. And Sir Alberto on deck. Started the bat. Did he check it?
I don't think he did.
No, 0-2.
So get a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. You back that up with a hard slider just off the outside edge and look up and it's 0-2.
Able to take that one, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don't know the status of Davis and Iglesias. They would be possible pinch hitters if the Orioles needed anybody. Valleca's on the bench. Stewart and Mullins have been used. In, good look, and the count even at 2-2.
Really good. A really good pitch just off the outside edge, but a better take by Austin Hayes.
A long time ago, Wade LeBlanc and Tyler Glasnow were the starting pitchers in this one. Glasnow lasted 4 2/3. Wade LeBlanc 5 1/3.
Yeah, we were rolling for a while. Then the pace hit a brick wall. There's a good pitch.
Got him with a breaking ball. Yep. 84 miles an hour and back-to-back strikeouts for Diego Castillo.
So he tried to get Hayes to offer something off the plate. Then he starts this breaking ball in the inner third and watch it. The bottom falls out. Watch this spin. There's that dot that you always see on the back of the slider. It's on the front and the back. The hitter can see the dot. And you can see it from your center field view. There's not many sliders in baseball better than that one right there.
Can he make it 3 straight games, Ben? Alberto has homered in the last 2 games.
I wouldn't bet against him.
He could send everybody home with a loud one here. Hit well, but got under it. Good aggressive swing. Fly ball to left field. Ends the inning. We're going to extra innings. When we come back, there will be a runner on second base. The pinch hit for Andrew Velazquez. Looks like G-Man Choi will be the runner at second base when we resume. So they didn't put their fastest guy out there, but he made the last out.
Well, yeah, he pinch hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he struck out to end the 9th. So
he pinch hit for Brasso, so he has to go back out unless. I don't think you can. No, you can't make a move for that. I don't think. I think he has to go back out because he made the last out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you could pinch run for him if you so elected, but you probably think they would if they were capable of. So there's a runner on second, nobody out. The Orioles will have the same situation in their half of the 10th inning. Tanner Scott on the hill. And Yoshi Sosutko at the plate. Ben, you've watched a lot of baseball this year, and there aren't many teams that are dropping down a bunt in this situation, right?
No.
They're swinging the bats.
Well, I watched the Astros and the Dodgers the other night. They had 3 or 4 extra innings before finally somebody ended the ball game. But yeah, there was no attempt really to hit behind the runner. But if you're at the plate in this situation, you know, especially being left in, if you can just pull a ground ball to the right side, you can advance the runner at second base, which is G-Man Choi, over to third. And you have that opportunity with just 1 out. You don't need a base hit to score a run.
Got a left-hand hitter up here. Sosutko ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes.
Much easier said than done. Or of course you can lay a bunt down. But a lot of skippers so far this year appear to just be letting the player swing away.
Left field. Mullins fading back. Ball carrying. He's got it on the track. And here comes Choi trying to tag. They got a play. He's out at third. So a double play. Mullins gets it into Rio Ruiz, and that runner on second is wiped out. 2 down, nobody on.
No, Brandon Hyde pushing all the right buttons. Cedric Mullins is put in for defensive purposes, and this is why. Boy, he gets around this fly ball and throws a Darday 1-hop perfect throw into Rio Ruiz at third base. And G-Man, he's thinking all the way. He's not even thinking about checking up. He goes in, but he is beat by a perfect throw and a good tag by Rio Ruiz. That's why Cedric Mullins is in the game.
How big was that? Here's Jose Martinez. The Oriole 10th, Santander, Nunez, and Mullins, who replaced Dwight Smith Jr.
Cedric Mullins got around that ball perfectly. Got his momentum coming towards third base. 85 miles an hour arm strength coming in from the outfield.
Careful here. 2-0 to Jose Martinez. Tanner Scott trying to get a third out and get his Orioles to the plate. They'll have a runner on second, nobody out. Here's a strike, 2-1. Get that pen working.
He's running out of ink on him, isn't it?
Shake it up. 2-1 misses, and now it's 3-1. Martinez with a couple of hits in the game. He's 2 for 4. Shade him just a little bit toward right field in the outfield. That's ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Jose Martinez. And that'll bring Brandon Lowe to the plate. Lowe pinch hit in the 8th inning. Lowe drove in the run with a fielder's choice. 4-4 tie. We're in extra innings. Tanner Scott trying to get the third out here. Rays started the inning with Choi on second base, just placed there under the new rule. And then Susutko hit a fly ball to Mullins in deep left, and he gunned out Choi at third base by several steps.
Yeah, G-Man Choi took off. He forced Cedric Mullins to make a perfect throw, and he did. That's a gamble you take sometimes.
Two balls, no strikes. That's ball 3, and suddenly Tanner Scott's having location issues. Fell behind and walked Jose Martinez. Now he's gone 3-0 to Lowe.
See, 15 pitches, only 5 strikes.
Kevin Kiermaier in the on-deck circle. There's a strike. Fastball at 96. First extra inning game of the season for the Orioles. (3-1) to Lowe. And he walked him. So back-to-back walks. Martinez and now Lowe walk, 2 on and 2 out.
Here's a look. StatCast. Cedric Mullins with the play of the day so far on defense. There's a deep fly ball. Watch him go back right here. He'll turn around and get a little momentum coming forward right there. Sets his feet, squares the shoulders, and 85 mile per hour, 177 feet. And G-Man Choi is sitting on the bench right now.
Doug Brocail trying to straighten out Tanner Scott with Lakins throwing in the Oriole bullpen. Home plate umpire coming out saying that's about enough, fellas. Time to move on. We got a day game tomorrow. Tanner Scott got that big play from Mullins. It was 2 out, nobody on, and then back-to-back walks. First Martinez, and now Lau, who's at first base. Kiermaier had a base hit RBI as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, part of that 3-run rally that tied the game at 4. Infield pretty much straight up. Outfield shades them a little bit to the left side. Fouled out of play, 1-1. Kevin Kiermaier, 3-time Gold Glove winner. Had one go off his glove last night for a home run. Runners take their leads. Tanner Scott ready. 1-1 on the way. Up and in, 2-1.
Well, not the same Tanner Scott we saw last night. Last night faced 2 batters. Struck out 2.
Take the deep breath, just kind of trying to stay calm and stay in your mechanics, right? That gets away from Cisco. Runners will advance to second and third. And the count now 3-1.
I'm not sure what happened here. First and second and 2 out. I don't think it was a cross up at all. Looks like just, no, this is a slider. Just bounce it instead of going to the knees and getting in front. Cisco tries to pick it with the glove, and normally that is hard to do. Now base hit's going to score 2, not 1.
(3-1) to Kiermaier. Foul back, and the count goes full. Nobody said this was going to be easy, Ben, right?
Oh, you're right. Well, you knew about this 5-game stretch. I mean, you get 2 games against the Yankees, 3 games against the Rays. 2 teams that are expected to be in the playoffs again this year.
Full count pitch. Popped out of play. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Tanner Scott.
Got to face Garrett Cole. You turn around, you get Blake Snell last night. Glass now tonight.
Yeah.
Those are 3 of the best pitchers you'll see in all of Major League Baseball.
It was the full count pitch. Got him with a breaking ball. And the Orioles will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th. When we come back, the Orioles will have a runner on second with nobody down.
This will be his 4th appearance. See the record 0-1, 3.3 ERA. He does have 2 saves in 3 opportunities. He worked 2 2/3. He's punched out 3, walked 1. Hanser Alberto, who made the last out for the Orioles, he'll be your runner at second base with nobody out.
This isn't the only game with runners on second. The Astros and Angels are in the 10th inning, playing some extra inning baseball at the Big A.
Well, the Angels got the start they wanted. They're sitting down there in 5th place out of 5 teams in the AL West at 2-6.
Santander followed by Nunez and then Mullins, who had replaced Dwight Smith in left field.
Well, here's the idea for Santander. Hit a ball to the right side, preferably on the ground. See what he's been really good runners in scoring position this year, 500 average. If you get a base hit and you get it through the hole, that's bonus. It potentially could win the game.
Probably, yeah. Oliver Drake, former Navy pitcher, was with the Orioles from 2015 through 2017, and broadcasters from the Rays we talked to said, yeah, he's the Rays' best left-hander.
Because he gets left-handers out so good, huh? Yeah.
Santander, the switch hitter from the left side. Little number down to third. That's going to get the runner to third base. Worked as well as a ground ball to the right side, Ben.
Well, I tell you what, give Hanser Alberto all the credit in the world on that one. Santander trying to get out in front of that ball, but instead he cues it right to the third baseman with a great read off the bat by Hanser Alberto. Most guys don't go from second to third on that play, but Hanser Alberto, there's that split finger fastball, and that's what Oliver Drake uses a bunch. But watch this ball. It's cued right off the end of the bat. What a read that was by Alberto to get to third base. Now the Rays are forced to bring the infield in. Renato Nunez, base hit wins it. Sacrifice fly wins it.
Wild pitch, pass ball, a lot of things. Three infielders on the left side. Only Choi over on the right of second base. Outfield also playing in because a fly ball that's hit deep ends it anyway. Orioles with a chance for a walk-off win here in the 10th. Nunez homered in this game back in the 4th inning. Get it started. Bounced to short. They'll come to the plate. The tag and the out right there. So the Rays cut off what would have been the winning run. Nunez safe down at first, but now 2 down.
Well, that's why you bring the infield in. Hope your pitcher can get a ground ball, and Oliver Drake does it. And I mean right to the shortstop, Joey Wendell, who comes up and throws a dart to Mike Zunino, who applies the tag.
And here's Jose Iglesias. Missed 2 games and now comes in tonight as a pinch hitter. He's been bothered with a quad injury. You know what? If you hit a long ball here, Jose, you won't have to run hard. You can just kind of trot around.
Well, how hot has he been? Started off the year 8 for 16, batting .500.
Look with a fastball that catches the inside corner for a strike. Got kind of a strange motion, right? Dips his shoulder.
Yeah, there's a lot coming at you with Oliver Drake, including some quality stuff too. Fastballs 91 to 93 with a really good split finger fastball.
You'd say, you know, he's picked up some velocity over the last year or two. He's added a tick or two to the fastball. Orioles had a run around third, the winning run with 1 down, but Rays cut it off at the plate on a ground ball to short. 0-1 to Iglesias. Popped up on the infield. Wendell's there, and that'll take us into the 11th. So the Orioles retired. We're still tied at 4 at Camden Yards.
Travis Lakins is in relief of Tanner Scott. He's worked in 2 games this year, 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 8 hits. But the ERA is still good, and look at that strikeout to walk ratio. 6 punch outs, hasn't walked a batter.
On we go to the 11th inning. Getting our money's worth, Ben. A couple of rain delays the last few nights.
Yeah, a little bonus baseball for you tonight, Scott.
Free stuff for you. Rio Ruiz in the outfield now. Nunez goes to third, and the catcher Brian Holiday at first base. So even with 30-man rosters, you get a game like this with pinch hitting and moving guys around.
Yeah. Looks a little different,
tricky, yeah. Kiermaier out at second base to start the inning. Zunino's had a long night behind the plate. 1 strike to him. Here's strike 2. Akins checks the runner. 2 is wide, 1-2. Zunino followed by Margot. 7, 8, and 9. Joey Wendell, who started the game at second, will be the 3rd hitter. He's now playing shortstop.
Yeah, and Kiermaier out at second base. He can really run. So that's an advantage to have him on the bases versus G-Man Choi.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well, did it? No.
You know, Kiermaier probably gets there in the last inning.
Drafts Lakins. There's Kiermaier. He represents the go-ahead run. Margot on deck, and 1-2 to Mike Zunino. Comes the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Cisco.
Nice job of blocking by Chance Cisco there. Tough breaking ball down the dirt. Runner at second base. Boy, if he gets a third with nobody out, very good chance. Obviously, he will score. There's that breaking ball spin, and there's how you do it. Go to both knees. There's the forward lean, so it hits the chest protector. Kicks right out in front of him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody down, runner on second. We're in the 11th inning, tied at 4. He threw it by him. Big strikeout for Travis Lakins.
Was Zunino upset with himself? He chased the ball out of the zone. It's a hard slider. There it is. Starts right on the edge, and watch it just ooze off the outside corner.
That'll get Margot to the plate. 0 for 4 on the night. Kiermaier takes his lead at second. That's a strike at 94. Orioles led 2-0. It was 2-1 in the 6th. The Orioles added 2 in the bottom to go up 4-1. And then the Rays scored 3 in the 8th to tie it. Margot takes inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
See Kiermaier, 5th best speed in Major League Baseball.
Slammed into right field, but Holiday, the catcher, is there. Wow. And the double play at second base. What looked like might be the go-ahead base hit taken away by a catcher who's playing first base, Ben.
Yeah, what an outstanding play this was. This is a line drive rocket right here off the bat of Margot. But the catcher who's playing first base, Brian Holiday, lays out and doubles it off. Watch this play. To the backhand side, quick throw over to second base. We're going to the bottom of the 11th, all square.
11th inning, Orioles with 2 double plays in the extra innings, and neither one of them force outs, right? Mullins with the 7-5 throw out Choi at third base, and now Holiday spears a line drive and gets the double play at second base. Severino with a bunt will advance the runner to third. Drake throws over to first, and there's the winning run, now just 60 feet away.
Love it. That's how you get the runner over. Of course, the Orioles were able to do it last inning when Anthony Santander scribbled the ball down the third base line. Alberto went to third, but the Orioles could not capitalize. Now you get a sacrifice bunt. And again, the Rays are going to be forced to bring the infield in. We talk about these situations. My count is right. 6 times the Orioles have been in this situation here. Runner on third base and less Then 2 out and couldn't score a run. They're going to put Ruiz on base and try to create the ground ball double play.
Francisco's got a chance to be a hero. Infield in.
And it won't take a base hit to do it.
Now we're going to get a trip to the mound here. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, going out. Be aware of the squeeze. What's he telling him?
I don't know. I don't know if it's anything about. I mean, I would be shocked if Cisco. I mean, I think it's a good move if you can. If you got a guy that can do it. I really do. If you put a true squeeze on. We saw G-Man Choi on defense last night push a ball right towards him. Bring it with you as you go down the line, but I got to think this is more about how he wants to attack as Chaz Rowe gets heated up, how he wants to attack Chance Cisco.
Another former Oriole, Chaz Rowe.
Just let me know, hey, if you do fall behind, we got an extra base. Let's go ahead and put him on. Let's pitch around him. Let's not give him a cookie in this situation. But look at the hole over on the left side of the field.
Strike one to Chance Cisco.
The entire infield is swung over. Of course, the third baseman, Yandy Diaz, he has to stay close to third base, so that creates a giant hole up the middle and towards the shortstop position. Only the umpire standing out at shortstop right now.
That's a ball, 1-1. Pat Valaika on deck. Orioles hoping he never gets to the plate, that Cisco ends this game. Birds with a win tonight will win the series. It's a 3-game series. They won last night 6-3. Drake ready. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. 1-2. Drake ahead in the count.
Chance Cisco gets a ball up in the zone, and that's really kind of what he's looking for, something he can get out of the infield. And there's that split finger fastball. It is certainly the best pitch of Oliver Drake. You see Cisco's swing is just over the top of it as it has that downward action.
Ruiz at first. That one doesn't matter. That's up a little high for the ball. 2-2. Holiday, who made the defensive play to end the top of the inning on third. That's the winning run.
Chance Cisco is choked up on that bat just a little bit where he can handle it. Doesn't need to crush one. Just needs to get a ball out of the infield.
2-2 on the way. Got to check the swing. No swing. Full count.
Oliver Drake went with the fastball this time, 92, and he tries to get Chance Cisco to chase something up, and boy, it was close, but I don't think he did.
And again, you're not giving in here, Ben.
No.
If you lose them, no big deal, right? The bases are loaded.
I think you got to look for the split finger here. I mean, that's the best pitch for Oliver Drake. And he just sets you up with a fastball up. He tried to get you to chase it. I got to believe he's going to throw the split finger fastball here. And it's a pitch you want to see it up. If you see it at the bottom part of the strike zone, you want to let it go because you know the action it has on it. It will fall out of the strike zone. Much easier said than done.
Well, here we go. Full count pitch on the way. Got him swinging.
Yep, there's a
2
split
down.
finger fastball.
Go to your bread and butter, right?
That's it.
And now Kevin Cash headed to the mound.
Boy, that's some good action on that one.
We're going to get a pitching change. So Drake gets a big out there. The Orioles winning run still at third, but now with 2 down, probably take a base hit to get him home. Chaz Rowe on for the Rays.
Yeah, see what he's done this year. He's been in 3 games. He's 1-0. Does not have an ERA. 2 2/3, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no walks as he inherits a 2-out situation. Runners on first and third.
His best pitch, hard slider, right?
Yep,
got a good one. with Pat Valaika with a chance to be a hero. 2 down runners on the corners. Holiday at third base. That's the game-ending run. Tell you what, no matter what happens here tonight, those managers, pitching coaches, going to have to work, put together their bullpens tomorrow, right? Yeah. Day game after night game.
You're going to need your
heavy
starters.
Use.
Both clubs will need their starter to give them some depth.
Ruiz walks down to second base, and that does matter because it takes away the force at second. Ground ball up the middle could matter. So if they're going to give it to you, you take it. Strike to Valaika. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
There's that good slider too, and it is a good one.
Valaika hitting in the number 9 spot. Orioles have pretty much exhausted their bench. Chris Davis was scratched from the lineup with knee soreness. I think he'd be about the only one left, and I'm not sure he can go. There's a looper into right field. Orioles win it. Pat Valaika with the walk-off base hit, and the Orioles win it in 11. Good for that kid.
Pat Valaika, utility player, comes in late in this ball game, down 0-2 count. And he got a breaking ball again. It wasn't as good as the first 2 breaking balls and didn't do a whole lot with it, but he did enough to get it over the second baseman's head, and that's a walk-off W. And how about the Orioles, Scott? Whew. Now going to be in second place in the AL East at 4-3.
Let's take a look at, you mentioned it, Ben, you're down 0-2 to a guy that's snapping off some nasty sliders, and that was a good one right off the end of the bat.
Yeah,
right?
You just hope he makes a mistake, and really for an 0-2 pitch, it really was a mistake. Chaz Rowe did not want to put that ball that close to the strike zone.
And good social distancing there,
yeah.
Right? Normally.
A lot of air high fives.
Yeah. So the Birds hang in there and find a way to get a win. There's the hero, Pat Valaika. As we said, the bench was pretty much exhausted. There wasn't a whole lot left in either bullpen. It's been a tough series, and the Orioles get the first 2 and win the series. They'll have a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon.
I mean, it was a crazy game. We saw 2 double plays, both in extra innings. Neither one of them those usual kind of double plays. So defense played a big role for the Orioles, and Pat Valaika comes up with 2 outs. And the Orioles have their first walk-off and first extra inning victory of the year.
Hey, Pat, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Scott and Ben McDonald up here. Congratulations. When was your last walk-off game winner?
Oh, gosh, that might be my first one. I'm not sure.
Oh, you couldn't have picked a better time. This was a grind tonight, right? 4-1, and they battled back, and it's going back and forth. You guys have 2 double plays in the extra innings, and they weren't force out. Mullins with the big play and left, and then the line drive that Holiday grabbed. Everybody pitching in tonight.
No doubt. Total team win, which is good to see. The pitchers did a great job, especially in those extra innings. Lakins coming in, shutting it down.
Yeah, how about your at bat right there? You get down 0-2 and he throws you 2 nasty sliders. I mean, really nasty to get ahead of you, but then maybe a little bit of a mistake. An outstanding job on your part to go out there and get just enough on it. But were you kind of looking slider in that situation?
Yeah, I was. I faced him a few times, and he's got that slider's nasty. So, I was kind of selling out for it, and he did make a mistake, so I got just enough on it.
Pat, how about the grit of this team? You faced some of the best pitching in all of Major League Baseball. They ran their ace out there tonight, and you guys just keep battling and finding ways to win games.
Yeah, they got some serious arms over there. It's been a grind, but I think it just shows the resolve of this team.
And finally, congratulations on you and your teammates. That was some great social distancing after the walk-off win there.
Yeah.
They threw some water on you, but they kept their 6 feet, right?
Yeah, we're just trying to do our part. So, that's the celebration now.
Pat, congratulations. Great win, great hit.
Thanks, Chase.
Orioles get the win. Join us tomorrow. O's and Rays wrap up this 3-game set. Yanni Chirinos takes the mound against Tommy Malone. Coverage on Masson begins at 12:30 with O's Extra presented by PNC Bank, followed by game coverage at 1 o'clock. For Ben McDonald, Scott Garceau, final score here tonight, the Orioles over the Rays 5-4 in 11 innings. Have a great morning, everybody. Rob and Mike, O's Extra, coming up next.